I don't believe in miracles either.
Oh, I believe in miracles. I do. I've seen miracles happen, especially in the life that I live. Trust me,
I
I've
mean, that's
seen.
cool, man. But that's the thing. Whatever you define as a miracle, that's what a miracle is to you. I don't believe in miracles. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe that God has a plan. I don't believe in any of that shit. I'm not an atheist, okay? I believe that there is some sort of higher entity, consciousness, somewhere, somehow out there.
What's good, man?
Oh, same old shit. Welcome back to the Oddly Enough podcast. No sound effects today.
No, unfortunately, y'all, it's a different setup
Lo-fi. We
today.
got a little
Yeah,
lo-fi action going on. It's all good.
yeah. We'll get back
Um,
to the regularly scheduled program.
100%, my dude. 100%. Um, I guess you don't want to talk about what's going on with you right
Nah,
now. Okay.
not
We'll
not to the
talk
world, not to
offline.
the
We'll take that offline.
world. They're here later in life.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you,
Uh,
man, it has been a hellacious couple of weeks for me. I know it has been for you as well. Um, mine mostly is just fucking life and work related, you know.
yeah, yeah. Mine is damn near everything. A little bit of everything, man. One thing stops another. Like Friday, uh, I'm using somebody else's camera to do this short, so they wound up dropping out on me at the last minute, like the day before, type of thing. So then I had to scramble together and talk to the director, and then she wanted to get another camera, which was, pretty much the same kind of camera. So I already knew how to use it and everything. Um, so we got those shots done. We got one more day to get done. But even just with this project, it's been like the editing process and all that stuff. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Everything's been okay.
Yeah.
Um, but just getting it done is like some obstacles. But if it don't for me, if nothing happened, then it would have been too perfect. Then I just look at this whole project and be like, man, it went too smooth. And then I know we get to the LOL festival, and you know, and I'm also going to be submitting ours soon, because we got until June 30th. But of course, I submitted before then, of course. So because I talked to her the other day, and she was like, yeah, it shouldn't. She's like, multiple people do that, where they might be an actor in one and they might direct another, or they might, you know what I'm saying, or they might
Yeah.
act in two different ones. So it's nothing wrong with that. So we'll be in there soon.
Oh yeah. I have no doubt. Um, if you guys haven't had a chance, go to either of our fucking brain fart YouTube pages.
I thought you froze.
I did for a second, but just up here. Go to either of our YouTube pages and check out our short that we made. It's like what, 10 minutes long?
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes long. Yeah,
It
it's that. I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
even think
it's
it's
just a
10 minutes.
fun little silly thing that we did, and hopefully we get to do a bunch more.
Mhm.
Um, life be lifing.
Yes, yes, yes.
And as anyone that is a creative like this that develops a partnership with anybody, we have the normal issues of getting together and like actually being able to perform.
Like
And
I say that part, my car is down for sure. So,
oh, dude, same. I mean, I'm on
yeah.
two wheels right now, dude. There, unless you're like I said before, unless you're gonna ride bitch. I mean,
Yeah. I caught the bus the other day for the first time in 7 years, bro.
did you really?
Caught the fucking bus.
That's crazy.
And
How was it?
it's just, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. The prices down here is definitely different from up north, and it's way less. And then I caught being that I'm way out here, so the bus only come once an hour. So by the time I got on the bus and got there, and it probably was like maybe 40 minutes, because
Right.
it was a bus driver driving pretty fast, and then on the way back driving pretty fast. So you
Yeah.
know, hey, listen, man, life is life, man, and I ain't gonna let nothing stop me. You know what I mean? I
Can't.
gotta, no, none of this non-transportation stuff. I'm from up north originally, so if y'all don't know, I'm used to buses and stuff like that, or in case maybe if you ain't got no car. Even if you did have a car, people commuted where they park at a parking ride and they catch the bus some
Right.
other places. So,
And I've
but
noticed that
Florida's not convenient.
we have a bunch more now than we did before,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
They
don't
need
think it's very popular.
No, no. If the transit system was way better in Florida, more people would definitely be on it
Right.
because of course, standing outside in the heat and all that stuff like that. But people would do parking rides. People would do that. They would just say, "Hey, gas is almost $5 right now. Hey, I'll drive downtown and catch the bus. The rest of the way,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. You know
Shit,
what I mean?
I would use it every day,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If I knew I
It
could
just
get to where I needed to go, but like my problem is like I don't want to have to get off the fucking bus and walk for 2 miles.
Tell me about it.
You
Tell
know what
me
I'm
about
saying?
it. 2 miles ain't bad for me. It's past 2 miles. Once you get past 2 miles, it's like, oh my God. Because people don't understand how far 2 miles is until you start walking. Like the other
Yeah.
day when you text me, I said, bro, I was just up there. I'm not walking back up there. But I'm like, I didn't check my phone because I was listening to a
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
So I just had my phone in my pocket. So when I get closer to the house, I said, bro, I was literally in that which because
Shopping
I had to get
center.
bus in the shop. I was in the laundry because I had to get change for the bus the next day.
That's crazy.
I was like, y'all was literally just right there. So
That's
yeah.
so funny. Yeah. Well, that was our first time going there. It was actually really fun. It was really fun. First Coast
Mm,
Comedy out in Mayport, guys. If you haven't checked them out, please do that now. It's like not very expensive to get in. It's
yeah.
it's a fun date night. It's an interactive experience. You can I mean they ask you to volunteer and they work off suggestions and all that crazy stuff. And it was honestly like it blew my mind.
Mm,
Those people work so hard to put on a good show, and it was amazing. Put it that way. And I will be going back this Saturday coming up. I believe at 7 or 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock at the Ink Factory Brewery down
ink
near
fact.
Neptune Beach.
I
It's
think I
like
know what you're talking about.
yeah, it's like the other direction, but
Yeah. Not too far
but
from me. It's like 3 miles, 4 miles from me,
yeah, it
if
ain't
that.
that bad.
Yeah.
But down there, it's like they're doing their first ever comedy show, and there's going to be some good, really good comedians there, and I'm probably going to go. Um, I had such a good time. I've been missing comedy. I've been missing being able to see stand-up comedy, and I love that. I love to,
Yeah.
and in this day and age, man, in this time period right now, bro, I need a good laugh. I need to
Facts.
laugh. There's too much shit going on where it's too serious. Everybody's up their own ass about everything. The world's on fire, the gas prices are through the roof, and it's just like everybody's freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, I don't want to think about any of that.
So true, man. So true. And that's why a lot of times I try to not call people because I'm going through my little foolishness, and I ain't really too much I could talk about but my foolishness. And I'm like, it's already enough crap in the world. People don't want to hear things from me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it, bro. Like, and like last night I went and I usually walk, the other opposite way and go to the store. But I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just walk to the beach tomorrow. I mean, and I walk to the beach and just kind of clear my head a little bit and kind of so I can regroup, come back in
Yeah.
here, edit some more and all of that because you get freaking brain fog just sitting here all damn day. But yeah, man, we gotta get out of the food. Excuse me, damn, I got all this damn gas.
I'm so gassy.
We gotta get out of the everyday monotonous bull crap and just the woe is me foolishness. And remember, yo, we here for a small time, short time, not a long time. And we
You
gotta
know?
we gotta enjoy this shit. Even if it's a quick laugh or whatever the case may be, or just go hang out with somebody, or like I said, just sitting on the beach, whatever the case may be. Like do something that's gonna clear your head for a little bit because this world is full of everything. Even with social media, like I'm stepping back a lot, man. Like even posting and all that stuff like that. Like I haven't been watching as much content and all that because it's just like it's nothing positive. It's nothing anything that like motivates you or anything. It's all ass, titties, bunch of negative shit, a bunch of fucking racist shit, a bunch of political shit, a bunch of like it's nothing good, bro. It's just a
I would
cesspool
rather
of
see the
bullshit.
ass and titties.
Even that is getting annoying, bro.
No,
I
never.
swear.
I never get tired of that. That's just
It,
me.
it's just that's the thing. If I'm looking for it,
Hmm.
that's something different. If I'm just on my timeline and then just ass and titties just pop up, I'm like, damn, I could be in a public place and then this big ass just pop up, and then they think I'm sitting here watching porn and shit. And
I
I'm like,
almost sent
no, I
you.
was just
There was a video I saw the other day of this white girl with this big old jiggly booty, and it's just like 3 seconds of that. And then this dude jumps, he stitched it and he goes, he's looking at white girl ass. He's looking at a white girl shake her ass. And just real loud. So like if you're in a crowded room or something like that, everybody's gonna be like, what?
everybody looking around. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm sure he did that just for
Oh
that, for them
yeah.
people that be listening to them phones loud and all that stuff like
Oh
that. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why I
big.
always got my Bluetooth in.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody finna catch me, dog.
And this is the thing, if you are, you are, but I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to look at that moment, and I'm just on Instagram. Now, if I'm on X, Reddit, freaking Pornhub, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm looking for that. I know for a fact that's what I'm not going to X to look for nothing great. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking
Yeah,
for foolishness. That's
yeah,
just
that's
me.
pretty much all
You
that's
know.
on there.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know why I still got this damn mic on like it's working. um But yeah, so I don't go to certain like when I'm going to Facebook, I don't want to see ass. I'm sorry. I'm here to see grown people shit. When I go to Instagram, I'm here to see reels. You know what I mean? I'm not here to see ass. Like I'm not. So I go to X, I go to Reddit, I go to all of those different places that do it for free. I mean, not for free. Yeah, for free and for they don't care. Like their guidelines is they can give two shits.
Yeah.
Especially X. They can give like, damn.
Well, they are the ultimate hub for free speech. Good,
Yeah.
bad, and the ugly. It is all there. And that's the way I believe the internet and all these social media sites should be. I mean, it should all be there. You can't regulate the internet. You just can't. When you do that, you literally take away our First Amendment right.
Hmm.
You're
You don't
literally
think there should be some restrictions on certain things though? For like,
no.
because children
No,
can
I
have
think
access.
parents can go in their children's device and add restrictions. Okay, like I think I told you or talked about it this before, but like my grandson had they bought him an iPad and the way it's set up, my daughter and her husband have 100% control over what happens on that iPad. They can see everything that he's looking at. They can limit his amount of time that he's on there. They can, and it's right now it's set up for I think 2 hours. That's max. But if he wants like more time, he has to go in and like do a learning thing.
Ah,
There's like a learning
okay.
module, and he has to watch the video, learn all the things, answer all the questions properly, and get a 100. And then he gets like 30 more minutes, and he can
Yeah.
do that a few times. But like I said, and they have all the restrictions on there. There's only certain apps that he can access, and there's only and inside those apps they have parental guidelines on. So it's like they have it fully locked up where only he can play the games. Like he loves Roblox, but we all know the
Robots. Oof.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
shit going around with Roblox. It's like a lot of perverts are in there trying to groom little kids and whatever. But
Which
they
is the
have it.
wildest shit to me.
Yeah, it is wild. They found a new avenue. It used to be, you know, fucking out in the open. They had to like go and make their fucking play out in the open and risk getting caught. But now they can just go inside of a game and start talking to these kids like they're another child and then be like, "Hey, want to meet me?" And then they just set up meetings with these kids, and it's really fucking gross. And the fact that Roblox doesn't do jack shit to fucking regulate that to me is a problem. Like you should be going in and we all know that they monitor every conversation on there. If you see a conversation happening like that, it needs to be terminated and that person needs to be cops need to be sent to their house and
Facts.
they're never allowed to use an electronic device again. There should be harsher punishments for child trafficking, child abuse, pedophilia, those types of things. I believe there needs to be harsher repercussions. Um,
I don't think they ever will.
no, and I think that's probably because most of our government is probably, and this is going to get
Boom.
this, yeah, this is going to get our fucking, this episode will get pulled watch. But I feel like most of our government is a bunch of pedophiles,
There you go.
you
There you
know?
go.
I mean,
That's
otherwise, why wouldn't they? I mean, what have they released? They've released like what, three names, and I think they've arrested maybe those three people.
yeah.
You know,
They've given people that never caught selling drugs. They just caught them with drugs. Life.
right? Yeah,
Never seen them do it, nothing. They just caught them with a kilo, whatever the case may be, 5 kilos, whatever the case may be, and they doing life.
yeah.
No distribution, no nothing, no first time offender.
Mm-mm.
They putting you to work in them prisons.
Yep.
You know
And
what I'm
Kamala
saying?
Harris put a lot of those people away and did a lot to keep them in there. But
Mm,
I'm not saying I'm siding with the other guy. I'm just saying that's a fact. Like one of my favorite bands, 311, actually put that in one of their songs back in '95. And there was they an ounce of weed. To me, that's a crime. It used to be people doing, but they're basically saying, you get caught with an ounce of weed, you're gonna go do time,
yeah,
and that's a crime. To
yeah.
me, that's a crime. Um, yeah,
I've watched there's a few of these guys that do like the kind of catch a predator type of content, but it's not, of course, not Chris whatever his name is.
Hanson.
I mean Chris Hansen.
Yeah, there's other
But they
guys that
do
do it.
but they do it, and there's a lot of them that don't get arrested. As a matter of fact, when the police show up, they tell them, y'all shouldn't be doing this, y'all shouldn't be da da da, we really some of the police were like, we don't really care about the evidence you have, or they go to them and they say, well, we have to call a DA, and the DA has to tell us if it's okay for us to arrest them and this and the third. I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's
I'm
too much
like,
red tape.
what?
Too much red tape. They don't want to have to. They don't want to have to deal with the paperwork and whatever.
But
You
if you
know,
pull a person over and you get you have a suspicion because it smells like weed or anything, they go to jail just
straight to
because.
jail. Don't
You know what I'm
collect.
saying? But somebody touching a child or talking to, not touching, but talking to a child in an inappropriate way, and you
Mhm.
have chat logs and this, that, and third, and they came and meet this person, this kid, and you telling me you can't do anything because you need to talk to the fucking DA? Are you
Yeah,
crazy? Are you
they are crazy.
that doesn't make any freaking sense to me.
None of this shit makes sense, dude. It's all wackadoo. I mean, it's like everybody's out here. It's like romper room. It's just
Mm,
everybody's playing games. There's zero people are held accountable for anything they do in life except for the people that are just trying to make their way. Or
yep.
I have
The
a
average
hard
citizen.
yeah, I have a real hard time. You know, Alcohol is legal. Okay,
Right.
that has to be created, distilled, processed, bottled. I mean, it's for there used to be it used to be illegal prohibition, but we have had the longest fucking prohibition on psychedelics and weed that we've ever had, and it's the most positive, in my opinion. It's one of the most positive. It's not even a drug. I don't even consider it to be
Not.
a drug.
It's
None of that
not. You
stuff.
can't. You're not processing it.
No, it grows naturally.
And
And
you
I'm
try it
sure
out.
I'm sure that crack cocaine has elements of things that grow naturally. I'm sure, but you still have to process it down, cut it up with all this, and they're cutting it up with fucking fentanyl and all kinds of shit
Well,
now.
that's when it gets to the other side. That's when it gets to the
Right.
crack part. With just cocaine is gasoline, all types of stuff before they even get to the crack part. You know what I mean? Baby laxatives, all types of
Yeah.
shit they put in.
And not only that, but we glorify it by making shows like fucking Breaking Bad and make it look cool. I have never watched that show, and there's a reason for that. It
No,
may
I
be
love
the
that show.
It may
I ain't
be a
gonna
good
lie.
show, brother. It may be a good show. I can't bring myself to watch it.
No, I think you should. It's a really good story because it
It-
shows you why he did it and where it went. And when you start seeing the you think it's going this way, it's going down. Like
yeah, no,
thought.
I'm
It
sure.
just shows you like, yeah, stay
This
the
is what I'm
fuck away from
saying.
this shit.
This
You
is what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Like Bryan Cranston and that whole team, I'm sure they're great actors. I know they are. And I'm sure that the producers and directors, I'm sure did a really good job. I'm sure the cinematography is fucking amazing. I'm sure the show from top to bottom, left to right, is probably just top notch. The writing's probably great, all of that shit. I can't watch something that glorifies anything of that nature. And I know that, like what you said, as it goes down, and I get it. Like it's not really, technically it's not glorifying it, but it has
Right.
its own show. Okay, it has how many seasons of a show that we talk about producing fucking meth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that that's okay. I don't think we should be doing that. I don't think that we should be advertising for pharmaceuticals on the television. We are one of two countries that advertises on the television and has ads for pharmaceuticals. The other country is New Zealand, but they have major restrictions on what they can actually do and how many times a day they can run those ads. We don't have any restrictions at all. And it's run on every fucking major television channel that you can possibly look at. YouTube has ads. It's on dating apps. It's everywhere. Okay, and it's fucking disgusting to me. It's disgusting. But yet, if I wanted to smoke a joint and just sit on my couch and chill and eat some food
Oh,
and
you
not hurt
froze.
a fucking soul, I go to jail.
Oh shit, you froze.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
oh,
Okay,
okay.
there you go.
Did you
Yeah,
hear any
froze
of
for a
that?
second. I heard all I heard was you sit on your couch.
Yeah, that's all. Just sit on my couch and eat
Oh,
snacks
okay.
and just not hurt nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if any of that went through, but I did have a little tirade there. But I mean, it
Mhm.
just, I'm hopeful because I don't know if you saw that they're trying to put into motion they're wanting to reschedule marijuana, so it's not Schedule One anymore. Which is Schedule One is drugs that have zero use medically.
They did it already. Yeah, they did it.
I don't. Did it go through?
Yeah. Well, from what I've read, I thought it went through. I
Yeah,
thought. I,
I can look.
oddly facts.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, this isn't. We don't know. That's why I said the last thing I saw was that they were there and they signed. I know Trump signed it, and then they have to get the authorization from the rest of the cabinet, I guess. Um,
Now, I don't think this is just my opinion. I don't think everybody should smoke weed.
no, I don't believe so
I
either.
used to think that. I used to think, and then I started being around certain people, and I'm like, oh, you can't even handle weed. You shouldn't do this. Like you get to the point where you can see it in your face. You can see it, all of that. Like it's certain people that I be around that you would never know that they high. I'm shit. I'm damn near one of them. Like if I was to smoke, you can't tell
Right.
unless you smell it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
there's certain
Okay.
people that are
So,
functional.
so this AI overview, AR AI overlord said, yes, the federal scheduling of marijuana has changed. The Department of
Okay.
Justice has issued a final order that immediately moved certain marijuana products from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 under the Controlled Substance Act. I don't know what that means. Certain
Probably like
probably just him.
anything that like because I'm sure if they would specify flour, they would have just said flour. So it's maybe vapes, maybe um, you know, something that you can ingest.
Could be CBD or something like that,
Yeah,
but
it could be all of those different things. Because they do also have oh my God, what the fuck that shit call it again? THCA. So
this
they
is
say
the actual DOJ website here. Marijuana products and products containing marijuana subject to a qualifying state issued license in Schedule 3. So that's basically all of it. And what that means is now they can actually do research openly. They can research it. People can get grants. They can get government funding for research and things of that nature, which is something we've needed forever, for the
facts.
longest time. But this shit's been around longer than we've been alive.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's kind of fucking stupid, as well as mushrooms, and any other psychedelics. And there's a group called MAPS. I can't remember. It stands for something. It's an acronym. Um, it's something about psychedelics or whatever, but they do a lot with psychedelics. They were actually given permission to medically study certain psychedelics and um, how it can affect the brain, and through that and through their research, they have actually helped a bunch of. I won't say I don't know how many, but they've helped out a lot of military people with PTSD.
yeah.
Um, And so, I mean, and it's crazy how much that shit helps,
Yeah.
honestly. And it's just like, but we're sitting on it. And this is actually a thought that I was having today, not to keep ranting. I'm sorry. I'll shut up in a minute.
Do your thing. Do your thing, brother. I'm
But
here.
I was just having this thought earlier today, and it was just, I get that there is a industry of pharmaceutical companies that want to make money, 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 money. But what happened to people with like, you know, a conscience? Like it, there's got to be. I feel like, and I don't know, I've had this conversation with other people before, but I said I guarantee you that there is an actual cure for like cancer and other
Oh yeah.
Parkinson's disease and all these diseases that are debilitating and or deathly. I feel like they're in there and they're sitting in a cooler somewhere in the CDC, and they're not allowed to touch them. They're not allowed to expose them because if people were actually cured of their diseases, we wouldn't make shitloads of money on
Absolutely
uh
not.
what do you call it? What is that? Chemotherapy and all these other drugs and medicines that they pump you full of. It's a racket. Okay, healthcare is a racket, just like war is a racket. Smedley Butler. Um, that's a book, an author that wrote a book called
I know. I know.
War is a Racket. Anyways, sorry, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's really fucked up. There's interests, like there's monetary interests that people have that outweigh the health of the many, and I have a real fucking problem with that. There's that, and then on the flip side, they force and mandate people to take fucking a vaccine that we're not sure what the fuck it
That's my
does.
problem.
You
Yeah,
know what I
that's my
mean?
problem.
So you want me to take this, but you won't allow me to be cured of this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
because I take this and now I have this disease that may or may not have been manufactured in a lab by
Mm-hmm. And the
us.
petri dish.
Yeah, by us, or paid for by us, you know, but now I may have comorbidities because I have Parkinson's or I've got fucking I've got cancer and now I'm more susceptible to death. So that type of shit is fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to rant, but I'm just like I was really agitated today for some reason, and I don't know. I was on the phone with my daughter a lot today while I was working, and while we were talking, these thoughts just were bouncing around in my head, and I was like, God, dude, I don't like when people politicize people's health. I don't like that.
Now I agree with you on the politicizing and everything, but then also like I agree with not becoming freaking trillionaires off of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that the scientists that helped develop this stuff should be paid. I don't know if they should be paid, in the sense of what, over time, like where they, forever, you know what I'm saying, where they
Right,
getting
right.
some type of residuals for the rest of their life. But if you working on a project for 10 years or some shit and you finally come out with the cure for freaking Viagra and now just you know what I'm saying, like just one thing out of nowhere, and that helps, you know what I'm saying, I do believe those people should definitely get the money and the funds and all that stuff like that because they're the ones
Yeah.
who created it.
And I
But like
think,
even like that guy that I think he's doing time right now where he like I think it was for AIDS medicine or some shit like that.
are you talking
He's the
about
guy that what's his name?
Fauci?
No, not Fauci. It was a younger guy, younger white guy, and he bought the it was like a special Wu-Tang album and all that. That's how I found out about him. And then that's when we found out about him being the person that he was the one who was running this company or came up with this medicine. And it went from like I want to say I don't know exactly, but let's say it went from like $20 a pill to like 300 to $400 a
Mm,
fucking pill. And they wound up locking him up. I forgot his name. I can't my phone's
yeah.
right here, so I think. Um,
I can't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about. But did you know about the amendment? I think it was an amendment. I don't know how these things work, but back when Reagan was the president,
mhm.
he passed a bill. I think it's a bill. Maybe it's a bill, not an amendment. It's a bill. He passed a bill because all these companies that were coming up with, you know, vaccines and all these medications to help people, he they found out that they were killing people. And these companies came to him and said, "Brother, we can't continue to make these things if we're going to be held liable." So he
Mm.
passed a fucking bill basically diffusing at them of any responsibility about what happens to your personal being. If you die, you die. You can't sue anybody. You can't go after the company that made it. Um, and so people like the Sackler family, they create a lot of medications. Okay. All these, you know, used to be like what, four vaccines that we'd give kids, like measles, smallpox, rubella, whatever the fuck it is, and then now there's like there's a cocktail of like 20 different vaccines that they want to shove in your
Yes.
kid.
And it's only because they learned of one vaccine, they figured, oh, this may cure sore throats for the rest of your life. But then they find out it doesn't. It actually helps with your big toe. So then they got to figure out how to combat that one which for your big toe, and then they got to go back to still figure out how to cure the throat. And then when they go to find out about the throat, then it combats that. Then they got to go. Like I know somebody that took 20 something pills a day just because one pill had to help for the other pill, had to help for the other pill to help. Like it's fucking crazy.
Madness.
It's
Absolute
crazy,
madness. Yeah, my
man.
grandmother, before she passed,
And
before we put her in a home, she was developing Alzheimer's real bad. And then we looked at her. My mom would go over there because they live right near us. So we would all pack up in the car and go over there like two or three times a week, make sure they had dinner, make sure the place was. We would all clean their place. We would, basically just take care of them, make sure they had everything they needed for the next couple of days. But she had these, those pill things that say Monday, Tuesday,
yeah,
Wednesday, Thursday.
that's
Okay,
exactly what they had. Yep.
my grandmother had like,
Multiple.
yeah, she had like four or five of those fucking things,
Yes.
and
For
each
one
one,
day.
yeah, each one of them were like packed. I mean, you could barely close the little lid. And she was on so much medication.
Mm.
Like when we actually went and we were like, we called the doctor and we are like, listen, we are her caregivers right now. She's not at capacity to take care of herself. We need to look at what the fuck she's taking, how much she's needs to be taking, and can we lessen, so we took her off of like half of everything that she was on, just like that. And
Yeah.
oddly enough, not, podcast, um strangely though, she started getting her memory back.
Mm.
So like the Alzheimer was being pushed and advanced by a lot of this medication. And we're not sure at this point that if it was the cause of her Alzheimer's or if it was like it just
Enhanced it.
enhanced it, accelerated it, what have you. But yeah, it slowed way down, and she was like able to remember everybody and have a sharp conversation with you. Granted, she wasn't going to be running no fucking marathons or anything,
Right, 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 right.
but and then not very long after it set in 100%, and there was nothing we could do at that point. No
Right.
medication, and we ended up having to put her into a home. But that's just one
How
story.
how old was she at that time?
Oh hell, I don't even know, man. I couldn't tell
Okay.
you because they died when I was like 19 and I'm almost 50 now, so it's like I cannot remember how old they were when they passed, but they both died about a month apart. My grandfather was healthy as an ox, okay?
You probably died from a whole broken heart.
Well, that's what people say. Every time I tell
Yeah, you
somebody
probably
that,
died
they
from a
say, "Oh,
broken
he
heart.
died from a broken heart." But that
That's
woman
when
used
love was real,
Let me tell
man.
you something. That woman used to literally physically beat his ass. Like, yeah. My mom told me a story that one day she punched him in the face. He hit the ground. She jumped on his chest and just started wailing on him. Something about the kids, because he was such a pacifist. He would not hit the kids.
Oh,
Yeah, back then, you spank
she
your
was a
kids.
disciplinarian.
Yeah, right. And so she beat my ass a bunch of times. Straight up.
And you know that's funny because like even like in my family, I'm the women in my family are known as the disciplinarians. So I'm used to like women that are just like they're just fucking gangster. And then my father, God rest his soul, that dude, he said he beat me with his two fingers one time. I couldn't remember because I was a baby. But my father never yelled at me. My father never none of that. So like when it comes to like men and shit like that yelling, it don't happen. I'm used to women saying certain shit. I'm like, man, whatever. Like, shut up. I'm used to women talking shit and what I'm saying, all that other stuff. But like
Yeah, yeah.
men, I can never get used to it because I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up with men yelling at me and shit like that. I didn't get that until I got to RTC, and even then, he was still yelling at me with respect. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, he was like, do some push-ups, do such and such. It wasn't like, you stupid motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah. No, it was different times, but I guess I told that
we need
story.
it.
Probably needed it, or maybe
We
less,
still
but
need it.
definitely needed it. I definitely think it should come back. I'm not. I don't want to give you. See, the problem is if you open that can of worms, you kind of open the door for child abuse. Because you tell people, hey, corporal punishment's
Within
okay.
line.
You can spank your kids. It's okay. Society says it's okay again. Well, you get the wrong motherfucker and he's going to take that inch for a mile. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts, facts. I believe it's just my where I grew up. My mother owed me at least five more ass whoopings, like solid, like
She owed me
My
five
mo-
more last one.
my mother owed me at least a solid good five or six ass whoopings. Like, you know what I'm saying? She let some shit go, and I was like, damn, she let that go? Because
I'll
usually my
tell her.
mother get up digging my ass. You know what I'm saying? I talk to my mother about this all the time.
Yeah,
Like
I'll send
she
her a
she
text. Tell her she needs to get on that ass.
like even now, like my mother would sit here and she'll say something, just slap me out of nowhere, and it's nothing. I don't even think about it until after. Like, did you just slap me? Like, why you slap me? Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just
Yeah.
like it's nothing at that point. You're like, whatever, man. First and foremost, you older now. Them slaps don't hurt. And when you did, my mother used to wear rings on every finger. I mean, so you caught rings. You really didn't catch her fist. My mother wasn't like a super puncher or nothing like that. I got punched in
She's
my
gonna
face
get
in real
cut up
life.
though.
Yeah, you're gonna get cut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I remember my mother beat me in my sleep one time. And I don't want to tell her that story because it's kind of
Don't
like
make
will
your
put
mama
her
look bad.
business. Yeah, I'm not putting her business out there. But
Don't put her business.
I did something
Oh, I'm
and
sure you did something.
I did something bad. I fucked up. I was throwing shoes at the door, all types of shit, trying to get her attention, all that. And I was just trying to fuck up some shit. And the next day, I'm sorry, in the middle of that night, my mother whooped me in my sleep, boy, and I woke up the welts and all that shit
Yeah, they're
on me.
smart. They are smart. Moms are smart. They know
Whooped
when
my
they
ass in my
like
sleep.
motherfucker. I know where you sleep.
Right.
And you finna go to sleep. I know you were going. So you ain't nothing but a child. You're gonna end up
I
getting tired and fall asleep.
Man, I thought I got away with that shit. Shit. My mother beat the brakes off me. And she could, hey, listen, and I deserve every hit she gave me because I was wilding. I'm telling you. I ain't never got an ass whooping from my mother that I didn't deserve. Because my
Oh,
mother didn't give me as much that many. You know what I'm saying? Like I could probably count on my hand, probably one hand that my mother gave me like I'm talking about bust my ass. And that's all it took. It didn't even I don't even think it was maybe five. It probably was four or five times. You know what I'm saying? But each time she did it, it got worse. And she was like, "Oh, you ain't learned from the last time? I'm gonna show your ass this time." You know what I'm saying?
that's too
And
funny.
I've learned real quick. And then what I did was I made sure, and it got to the point where my mother's hits didn't work, but her mouth was just so brutal that I didn't want to hear her mouth. So I used to always make sure my little brother's like, "Yo, we gonna make sure this house clean. Like we could tear the whole house. I'm talking about we tear the whole house up. By the time my mother get off, that house is spick and span. You better believe it. Ain't you
Hmm.
won't see a crumb nowhere because I know I don't want to hear nothing from her. And I'm the big brother. We gonna have fun while she not here. But by the time she get here, ain't it better not be a dish in the sink. It better not be a crumb on this floor. It better not be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
I'm the one
yeah,
that's gonna get in trouble, not y'all.
a hundred
You know.
percent, man. 100%. Yeah, moms ain't nothing to fuck with. We just passed Mother's Day and my mom's birthday. Shout out, Linda.
Shout out to moms. Blessed belated moms.
Yeah, we got Memorial Day coming up, and I heard someone say, "Don't thank me for my service." That's um rude almost or disrespectful.
Where?
I was like, "Well,
That's the
how?
first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, what should I say?" You know, but
Maybe they didn't serve. They didn't serve all the way. They was in the kitchen or some shit. They didn't they didn't do anything.
maybe I know
You
for
know what?
sure you don't say Happy Memorial Day. Don't say that because
Oh, because it's
we're,
not a
we're
happy. You're
it's
not.
yeah,
It's
you're remembering
you're
all the
not
people that gave
fully.
their life,
You can't be.
no, don't be happy, just be drunk. That's what everybody's going to do anyways. They're going to eat a bunch of fucking stank ass food.
So what should you say then? What's the proper word to say? Like honorable Memorial Day? Like
I mean, maybe you just say it's Memorial Day, and I'm going to tell a service member thank you for your service. I don't, you know,
now, now with saying that though,
hang
if
on.
a person didn't all like do anything in like any type of war setting, anything, is that still serving? I'm just asking. I'm not taking nothing away because I'm gonna still say it. I'm just saying. I'm just asking like people that's I'm asking you, and then I'm also asking veterans. Does that take away from a person if you actually went to freaking Iraq or you went to the Desert Storm or you was in World War II? Like, does that take away from the other people that didn't go to those things or had to was forced? Because you damn near forced. if once you sign up, you damn near forced. But I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, it's called the armed forces for a reason, right?
right.
Hmm.
So this is what AI said are some good introductions or things to say on Memorial Day. The ideal messages include wishing you a meaningful and reflective Memorial Day as we honor the
Okay, that's
heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. It's a lot.
that's a social media post.
Yeah.
Because I'm not
Today,
saying that.
there's another one. Today, we remember and pay tribute to the brave men and women who gave everything defending our nation. And then it says
Good
to
one. It's a
thoughtfully
good one.
tailor your message to a specific context, consider these options. Classic and honorable tributes. Their silent graves speak louder than any words ever could. Remember and honor them this Memorial Day. Freedom isn't free. Today we remember and thank those who died defending our liberty. May the spirit of Memorial Day remind us of the price of freedom and inspire us to live with gratitude. There's a bunch of this stuff in here. I don't want to read all of them because, we don't have
But it's
time.
good for that's good for posts. But what do you say to a person when you because you I'm definitely not saying two sentences to somebody like, yes, the joy
No, no,
the
no,
time
no.
like what I'm not doing all that. That's a
I
whole
would,
theatrics. You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm saying?
would
They're gonna
beg
be
you
like,
not to.
you okay? They're gonna be like, you
Yeah,
good?
right? Yeah, don't say that. And I mean, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I usually don't say anything to anybody because
Me either.
I can't stand the holidays in general. And like this is one of the actual holidays that's like one of the roughest times of the year for me. It's like my Christmas.
Yeah.
Um, like a lot of people during Christmas, they go through a lot of shit. They have extra work and all this other blah 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 bullshit. For me, that's what it is on Memorial Day and Super Bowl and NASCAR. Like, fuck, I just want to pull my fucking hair out.
Okay, so what is one that you do like? Like it don't you don't necessarily have
What,
like
holiday?
every yeah, you don't like necessarily have that like everything about it. Cause like let's say Christmas. I don't like the greed, but I like the lights. You get what
Well,
I'm saying?
Christmas and Thanksgiving are not big for me. Without giving away what the fuck I do, because I don't like talking about my job, like at all. Um, but those two
As a stripper,
holidays,
y'all.
what? Oh
He
yeah,
works as a stripper, y'all.
that's right. Magic, kind of Magic Jim. Uh,
Magic Jim.
yeah, they call me Frodo. I'm Jim the Gray.
Oh
No,
man, I can't. I ain't even got my damn sound effects right now.
I don't either. Don't worry, you are not alone. But yeah, I don't know. Those two are okay in my book. They're not like my favorite, but they're not like it's not gonna, we don't have that much like they actually put it this way. They actually allow us to take vacations during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like right, you're not Memorial Week and the week after and the week before, those weeks are blocked out.
Yeah.
Super Bowl blocked out. NASCAR blocked out. Final Four blocked out. Like we cannot, so if you think you know what I do based on those hints, shut your fucking mouth. Um,
Now, when I worked on the ships, Both companies I work for. I worked for one for like 7, almost 7 years, and another one I worked for like
7.
2 or 3 years, right? 6, right? But both companies, being that it was on the base, I always got off on my birthday, and I got paid for it because my birthday is on Veterans Day. I always got Thanksgiving off, and always got the day after Thanksgiving off, and paid
Hmm.
always. Yep. So those 3 days in November, like, yeah, I knew I was getting day off and I was getting paid for it.
Well, that's good.
So I really didn't have to put in for my birthday too many times. I think I went to work on my birthday one year just so I could get the double time. But yeah, for the most part, it was yeah, I was off. I was
Hmm.
off. But man, and you know what other holiday I like, and I love, maybe it's two other ones, and it's only because of the fireworks. I'm a fight. Let me tell you something. If I win, let's say if I get $10 million tomorrow, yo, I would spend $500,000 on just fireworks. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just to celebrate for myself. I don't give a damn about nobody
If
else
I
seeing
won the
it.
lotto, I would pay someone to do a specific, like an actual firework display for me, so I don't have to fuck with it.
Well, no, no, that's what I'm saying. I would pay them to go do it because I know they got the big old. I've seen the
Yeah.
documentaries where they get the big old things that they put them in the drums and all this stuff. So I got to put it on a barge and put it up. Like that's what I would do. Like I
Yeah.
seen Drake do something like that the other day for his album release, whatever. And I was like, that's exactly what I would do. Like I would just have and it was like a 10 minute. It was gorgeous, and I watched it online. So just imagine what it was in person, and it was like 10 minutes straight. Because I thought it was gonna be like 2 3 minutes, something like that. No, it was 10 minutes of just pure fireworks. I was like, oh, I love this. I'm a
Yeah.
fool. I am a firework fool. The other matter of fact, last year when it was 4th of July, the golf course that's not too far from me, they do some last year and the year before they did it, and all of a sudden I'm in the house. I boom, 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 boom. Man, I ran down the street to go watch it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think maybe if I had that. Oh, you froze.
Like
There you,
ran.
there you go.
You'd have thought of somebody. I love fireworks, man.
Yeah, I think if I had the money, I would probably just see if I could get on like a ride on SpaceX just to go see outer space or some bullshit like that. Fuck fireworks.
You think space is real? You think no, let me not wrong question. Do you think they've actually been out of space for real and walked on the moon?
Um, I have mixed emotions about it. Obviously, the footage that we've seen is obviously fake. Okay, because let's, I mean, I'll break it down why I think the footage is fake, and then I'll talk about why I think it's fake. Um, well, I mean, it's kind of a double duty type of thing, but
Mhm.
you have to go through I believe it's called the Van Allen radiation belt. Okay. And yeah, it's going to kill most any biological being that goes through that. Now, I know that there are some places, and this is what they talk about, like having a launch window. There are some places over the earth where that radiation belt is weaker. And if with the right shielding and all that stuff, you can get through unscathed. So that's what they wait on, and that's why the launches happen when they happen. Um, so part of me thinks if we did go there, if it's real and we did go there, they still had to fake all the footage. Okay. Because back then
Mm.
everything was film. The video cameras,
Exactly.
everything was film. And we all know what radiation will do to a piece of
Mm-hmm.
film. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't going to
I
make it.
know.
Yeah.
Just light alone.
Well, light alone, but if you
Eat.
ever run your fucking if they try to run your camera with film in it through one of those things at the airport, an X-ray machine, all your
It's
film is
done.
fucked.
It's done.
So,
Even with the little X-ray bags they have now,
right,
you still have to ask for a hand check.
sure. So I that part of it is that's why I think that they faked all the footage and all that stuff.
Okay.
Do I think they went to the moon? That's a hard question to answer. I'd like to
Then or now?
I would like to think that they did. And the one that they just did now, supposedly they just went around the moon. I would also like to believe that that's true. However, technology has advanced
Mm-hmm.
so much since the last time we went to the moon.
Why haven't they
And
walked again?
yeah, I mean, we see things on the movie screen that look super real, you
Right.
know, as far as outer space is concerned. And so, how hard would it be to make it look like they filmed it from an iPhone or took pictures from an iPhone? Because I mean, that's pretty much what all we saw. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's why I think that if we, even if we did go to the moon and set foot on that bitch, I, even if we did, they would have had to have made the footage here on Earth.
I want to physically get in one of those astronaut uniform, whatever you want to call the shit.
The spacesuit.
What do you would call it? Spacesuit, right? I I just it's hard for me to believe that if you saying that if you go to the to outer space that you could you damn near be sucked into some freaking abyss somewhere or whatever the case may be, or you'll implode or whatever the case may be, however whatever they said about it.
Yeah.
Because you telling me that suit alone is protecting a human from the elements out there in the middle of space? It's for me to kind of believe that just that suit alone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
because
kind of hard for me to believe that.
it's very hard for me to believe it too, because when you look at it, it looks real puffy, right? And
Hmm.
if space is a vacuum, I've seen what happens when you vacuum seal things, like it gets compressed. You know,
Yeah,
like wouldn't it stop being puffy and get like become skin tight on your skin? Like
exactly.
I don't know. I'm not a physicist. Maybe if we know somebody or somebody that watches this, I don't want any comments from the peanut gallery. If you're not a physicist or a scientist that knows these things, don't
Just
fucking
put your
chime in.
conspiracy, put conspiracy theory before
Yeah, yeah,
before
type
you
that.
comment.
Yeah, make sure you put that this is a conspiracy theory. This is not an
Yeah,
actual fact. But
right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who's to say, man? But I'm telling you, there's one man on this earth that really believes we will be able to achieve within the next few years interplanetary travel.
I I I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna be the guinea pig.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't.
It's like
Well,
it's like being a part of that ocean. What was that submarine that
oh yeah,
a few
well,
years
that
ago?
imploded. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like being a part of that.
yeah. No,
I don't want to be a part of that.
I don't want to be on the first wave of people getting the neurochip, the Neuralink. I don't want to be on the
Nope.
first wave of people going to the fucking Mars. Like, I
Because
get that.
SpaceX was doing that, right?
Yeah. Like, I get that the idea is to be a multi-planetary species. So if something happens to Earth, we have a colony on Mars that can repopulate the Earth if it's still around and once it's able to be re-inhabitable.
I think it would fuck everything up. Look what the internet did to show everywhere else in the world instantaneously.
Mhm.
It fucked everything up. There's no more individuality. There's no more, okay, this region has slang. This region wears these clothes. Like the only people that are still who they are is the fucking people in the goddamn Amazon that I seen the other day that the dude was talking about, and they got them on camera, uh, like by mistake almost. They just had the cameras. Like, oh shit, they
Oh, the
out. Let's hurry up and take them.
uncontacted tribe.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the tribe, but y'all
I
go
don't
look it up.
remember either, but apparently somebody really prominent, real rich kid thought he was being cool. He went over there and found this
Oh yeah, got
uncontacted tribe and gave him a bunch of food and clothes and shit. And the next time he went over there, they ate
speared his
his.
ass.
Apparently, they
Yep.
ate him. That's the theory, is because,
Yeah.
yeah. Either way, he never made it back.
Exactly. I've seen where a guy they saying that he's still living over there with them. Like just so happened they've been seeing like little somebody took pictures and they're like, no, he's still over there with them. I'm like, and it's some older white guy that was over there, whatever the case may be. But yeah, unless you are in one of those undocumented type tribes or something like that, you've been corrupted at some point because
Well,
we've all seen something that was like, I don't think I was supposed to see this. You
yeah.
know what I mean? I don't think I was supposed to see the brutal acts. I was about to say exactly what it was. The brutal acts in Iraq where they lining up people and they doing stuff to them and just you know what I'm saying? Quick. Like I don't think we were supposed to see that.
No, we
Like
weren't.
that stuff was on a certain website and you saw that one video for like fucking 5 years on rotten.com. I don't know if rotten.com is still a thing, but back in the day when we used to, that's where we used to saw brutal shit. Now it's just, we just see anything. We could see all these different women from all over the place. That's why people are so jaded and shit when it comes to love and all that stuff because they see it from other places. You could only, I think we talked about this before, the only women or friends or whatever the case may be you had was on your block or in your neighborhood or people that you met through your family or whatever the case may be, but it was in close proximity. It wasn't somebody from Woy Woy in this place and that place and you trying to get at them through a DM. It wasn't none of that, you know. And I believe the more you integrate, is that the word I'm looking for? But I'm gonna just use that. The more you integrate, the more it dilutes human beings.
True. I
You know.
I 100% agree with you. I talk about this all the time. We've talked about this a bunch, but yeah, we were not meant to see all the things that we see. We're not meant to have 9.8 billion people's thought processes beamed into our fucking brains through this little piece of shit device. Like it's not meant to be that way.
Not. It's not.
Um, and now on the flip side, we are all humans and we all have individual, some places have rights, some places don't. That's why I love America. We have fucking individual rights. We can do what the fuck we want. We could sit here on this camera and on this this recording
True.
and we can say all the bullshit we want to say.
So true.
Some places can't, but you can choose what you want to look at, what you allow yourself to look at, and I think that's what people
Excuse
miss.
me.
Like when we were going through like the COVID process and all that stuff, and they were like taking people's content down because it was misinformation, like maybe, but only to dummies. If it's not real, only the dummies are gonna fucking believe it, you know?
Facts.
And I'm not trying to call people dumb if you believed a lot of this shit, but it's like if I said something about COVID, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a fucking scientist. So if you believed anything I said, well, you're the dumbass. You
Right.
know, it's just like saying, "Hey, look, here's a gun with 5 bullets in it. I'm going to set it on the table, but please don't point it at your face and pull the trigger, okay? I'm going to leave the room now." And then the idiot picks it up and puts it up to their face and pulls the trigger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's on
I
them.
gave you the disclaimer already.
Right. I gave you this disclaimer. I educated you. Hey, if you do that, you will no longer live, and it's going to hurt
Facts.
real bad for a little short time, and then it's going to destroy the lives of it. You educate. I think that's one of the problems with like we were talking about earlier, like with the weed and the psychedelics and stuff like that. I really believe all that stuff should be illegal. And I'm in favor of, and I've been fought on this before, and I just don't care. I believe that all drugs should be legal.
Hey, you got
And
some more that stuff that you put around the toilet and try to get somebody to come and fix it.
Yeah, give me one.
go for it, Bubba.
Yeah.
Okay, because you start to be forgetting.
All right. But that means ain't nobody gonna be able to use it for like 24 hours. So I had to probably do it at night or something. So no, because it's gonna have to dry. But I should still have some though.
Got a leaky
Hello.
toilet.
Yeah. It's the toilet at the bottom leaking, so I gotta fix that.
Right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying was I do believe that, and I've been fought on this so much, but I believe all drugs should be legal. I believe people should be have the given the right and the willpower to decide for themselves. Do I want to put crack inside of my body? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we can go to war at fucking what is it, 18, but we can't drink
Yeah, at
alcohol.
18. Yeah. They giving children rifles at 18 and
Yeah, but those
even
guys,
without war. Even
but
without war.
right, but those young people can't go down the street and buy alcohol.
Exactly.
Okay, like
But you can
people,
send them to go die.
right? But I believe if you educate people properly, and maybe open centers and all this other stuff, and now you're creating jobs for people. Now you're helping the community. You're not just saying it's all wide open. You can just do whatever you want. Because yeah, I'm sure if every drug got legalized, through the United States, There's gonna be a lot of people that overdose. There's gonna be a lot of
Yeah,
people that die. There're gonna be a lot of people that maybe had never tried heroin that try it for the first time and become addicted to it.
yeah,
There's gonna
yeah.
be some of that. But guess what? They're gonna do that anyways.
Some
You
people have
know,
addictive spirits.
some
So
people, yeah,
it just is what it is. Like there's a lot of people with addictive spirits, and it just like you said, it could be coke, it could be crack, it could be shopping addiction, it could be, you know what I'm saying, eating powder. Like I've seen people eating sponges and shit. Like
yeah.
you know what I'm
My
saying?
strange addiction.
Yeah, my strange addiction.
The
That's
lady
yeah,
was
yeah.
eating. I saw a lady eating cushions from her couch.
Off
I
the
was like,
couch. Yes, I remember that. I
yeah,
remember
that's
that, man.
insane.
Don't get me. You know what though? When I was younger, powder,
What
and a
kind
lot of
of
people don't
powder?
use like I
There's all
can't, yo.
kinds of powder, bro.
Yeah, baby powder.
Okay.
Baby powder, because you know when we was younger, my mom used to make us put powder on our chest and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I used to take the powder and just take a whole handful and just eat the powder. It wasn't like I was just sitting there eat, but I would just take one good little handful every time I got out the shower.
See, back then they didn't realize that that talc that's in there causes all types of bad things to go wrong inside of your body.
Yeah, I
Cancer,
guess it,
mesothelioma, all this
yeah,
basically it's the same shit you get from like asbestos and all this other stuff. Like it'll fuck you up.
yeah, yeah,
You know, there was like actual class action suits to where I'm surprised they still sell it,
yeah,
you know, but
yeah.
like I said, educate, don't denigrate. Don't fucking tell people they can't do something. Don't tell me as a human of God or whatever you believe in, as a every human should have the right to be free thinking and free willed to do whatever the fuck they want within reason. Obviously, you shouldn't be killing people. Like your rights end where mine begin. So if you think you're going to step on my rights, like you're done at that point, bro. There's a line. You don't cross that line. And people need to understand, educate them about all the dangers of drugs, educate them about all the dangers in the world, and then say, okay, go forth, make your own decisions, make good
Facts.
decisions. Cause if you don't, you might not be around for very long. And a lot of people will be sad. And maybe somebody won't be sad. Maybe no one will care, and
Yeah,
that's also kind of on you. Like if you're in a situation where your parents don't give a fuck about you, get out. You don't have to turn out just like them. Like that whole
product of my environment.
product of my environment shit. Like my ex-wife used to try that shit on me, and I was just like, I don't believe it.
Because
I'm
you could
sorry.
break that. You could break
Well,
that.
I changed who I was, you
Mhm.
know, after
It'd
20
still be
years.
in you, but you could break that cycle of being a product of your environment. Because like you'll still know where you came from and all of that, and you're like, okay, I don't want to ever go back to that part of my life again. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But it's a cycle that has to be broken. You know what I mean? I trust me, I've been there. I've been there. That's how I ended up in Florida to break that damn cycle. Real shit. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't keep doing this. I was like, I
Sometimes you
can't
got to
keep
take
doing this
like
shit.
sometimes you got to take extra measures to break the cycle. But
Hmm.
you don't have to. If your dad is, beating your mom, you don't have to turn into an abuser. But a
Facts.
lot of times they do. If you were raped as a child, you don't have to become a rapist, a child rapist. If you were, there's any number of things. I get, and probably like, a psychologist or a psychiatrist would yell at me and slap me on the wrist and say, "Hey, don't you say that. You don't know." No, I don't. You're right. I have no idea. I'm not you. I do not ascribe to that. I've never learned those things. But as a almost 50-year-old man who's been through life for 50 years,
Right.
almost 50 years, like I understand right and wrong. Okay. I have a conscience. I understand that I have a conscience. I understand why things are bad. I understand why when I do certain things, I feel bad.
Right.
There's so much that we
There's norms that people understand. Like we're normal. We I mean not normal. We look at it as normal things, but a lot of people don't know that it's not normal until they get into another environment. And a lot of people don't leave their environment. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time they do witness or see something else, it's already embedded in their head. It's already like just who they are, and they like If I change this, then I'm not my authentic self. When we are supposed to be humans that could either change or evolve. I believe in evolving. I don't think humans change. I think humans evolve. I feel like you're still the same person who you are. It's just you just evolved into something greater. You know what I
True,
mean?
but evolution takes millions of years. Like,
True.
for us to truly evolve. I mean, that's what people say, anyways. I don't know if that's necessarily true. If you look at pigs, did you know that if you take a regular, did we talk about this before? But if you
I
take
don't think so.
like a regular farm pig, okay, that's like pink and it's all pretty looking and cute, and his little snoot, and he's like just rooting around and eating, and then you cut him up and make bacon with him. Um, you take that pig and you put it out in the wild. Within, I think I'd have to look it up the exact amount of time, but within like weeks, maybe months, it will begin to grow tusks. It will grow
Mm,
coarse hair. It will it will no longer be that sweet little piglet that you loved
yeah.
and fed. It's going to
Right.
now become a boar,
A boar.
a
Yeah.
wild animal, and it doesn't take
Hmm.
long. So I wonder, because we really haven't evolved a lot, humans, over the last what, 2,000 years or what, however long they people think we've been, humans. Um, we haven't really evolved a whole lot. You know,
It's coming.
I think. Well, how? This is what I think, and I said this to somebody the other day, and they just dismissed it. And I'm not joking around when I say this, but like I believe that like people with like autism, I think that's like a step. It's like that's the next evolution, because a lot of those autistic kids that you talk to, and a lot of, have you ever spoken to like a real autistic person, not
Hmm.
somebody that's self-diagnosed? That
Hmm.
shit's
Right.
so fucking annoying. That's like the
Right.
new hot thing for girls to do, like really pretty girls with shitloads of tattoos all over them, everything, and they're just like super hot. They're like, I'm autistic. No, you're not. Shut
For
the fuck up.
real?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a thing.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but if you ever actually talk to like a real, really authentic autistic person, like a real autistic person that really has autism, like they're smart as shit. They're like
Yeah.
savants about a lot of things, like whether it's, well, it could be math, it could be like reading comprehension, it could be like geometry, it could be any number of things, but they like zone in on one thing and just fucking get really smart about that thing. And I really do think that possibly it could be human beings evolving into the next thing. And also it could be AI, you know,
Yeah.
because who's to say
I,
this isn't a simulation right now? And we're currently building one that's going to make something that's better than what we got now. And then we're going to move into the next form of simulation.
man,
Thoughts?
that's scary. I think I really think that humans are going to evolve, and they're already evolving. I'm gonna tell you, and I've seen it. It's something small right now. Okay, because of the new gun culture, and everybody wants to be a fucking shooter, especially everybody that listens to rap music nowadays, which is everybody,
Uh,
right? If you look at the younger kids, they don't point straight anymore. When they point, they literally go like this. I could show you hella videos where kids point like this
really?
now. I put this on
It's
everything.
not like this, but they point
It's
like that.
not like this, and just a slight curve, and they be like this. And I could show you hella videos when they talking. Anybody that's under, I would say, under like 27 ish, something like that, and younger, they speak like this, like
That's
the
crazy.
gun culture, right? The
Well,
next
somebody
thing for
needs to
me,
teach those kids frame finger. Jesus,
the
take
next
that
thing is
fucking
gonna
finger
be
out.
this is let's say this is my phone. The next thing, we're going back to that arch in the back like cavemen, and we're going to have those high shoulders because everyone is this.
Oh yeah,
Even the other day, I had to catch myself. I was on the toilet and I'm watching and I'm looking at my phone and I'm down like this and I caught myself with my neck just down. I lift my head and I lift my phone up just like this and I'm looking at it like this. Just
did your
so,
neck
because I'm
pop?
like, no, it was just the fact that I'm like, I'm sitting there and I felt uncomfortable even doing it. That's why I refrain myself because I'm sitting there, I'm just like this and I'm slouched and neck
Slump.
down and I'm like this and
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I sitting like this? I said, man, pick your goddamn phone up like you got a backbone. What the fuck is wrong with you? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I had to police myself on the toilet. Nobody's around. It's just me. You know what I'm
Police
saying?
myself on the toilet. Oh,
But I
dear
had to
God.
just show my like I don't want to become a Neanderthal, like become
I don't
physically.
think
You
that's
know
going
what
to
I'm
happen
saying?
either. I mean, I don't think we're going to become Neanderthals again. I think
I don't know.
I
I don't
think,
know.
and I've said this before, and I don't know if I've said it to you, but like the classic depiction of an alien, the big bulbous head with those big eyes,
Yeah,
real
yeah,
thin frames,
yeah. I don't think that's what they look
a
like.
slit for a mouth. I think that's what we're evolving into because you think about it, and they're like genderless. Okay, so we're going to genetically, we won't need in sex organs in the future because
You on to something?
we can just do it in a lab. We can create offspring in a lab. We don't need to have genitalia. So we're going to be androgynous. We're going to be, sexless little beings, and we're going to have things augmenting our brains so much with all these Neuralink chips and this and that. We're going to have all this stuff inside of our heads, and our heads are going to get big and we'll be able to speak telepathically and move things with our hand, with our minds, and uh, you know, I believe that that's us. I believe that that's what we're going to eventually become. You know,
A good movie for everybody to go watch is Limitless. If you never seen that movie before,
it's all
it's
right.
pretty much where they had. Nah, man. The symbolic uh 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 the symbolism of it,
Yeah.
just to know that time that you had to pretty much buy time, like, and of course buying time is pretty much just being on Earth, but the way that they're doing it is pretty
Oh,
much
you're
like the
talking
normal.
about that movie with what's his name? Justin Timberlake,
Was it Justin Timberlake? I
where
can't
they had
remember
like a
whichever one.
clock. They had a
Is that
clock.
is that is that time? That's Limitless, right? No,
No,
Limitless is the other
Limitless is
one
with the yeah.
with the
That's
pill. With the
yep.
pill. I'm sorry. What's the
Yeah,
other one called? With the time.
that's a good
Is it
question.
Timeless or some shit
I
like
don't
that? It was
remember.
called.
Let's
But I
see.
think it was Justin
Keep
Timberlake,
talking.
and they had to purchase time, and you could literally be down to like your last few seconds, and you had to go purchase freaking time to live on Earth, and people would just die because time was literally a commodity, and of course it's a commodity in real life, but
It's
there
called
wasn't a thing
In
where you
Time.
in time. I knew it was something like that. In time. If you could go watch In Time, it's not the greatest movie in the world in the sense of acting and shit, but the symbolic oh my god, the symbolism
Symbology.
was was right on point, man, when it comes to humans and how they trying to get us to, like you said, the Neuralink and all that shit like that. Like that's pretty much what it is, you know. But now, so just imagine that where you got to pay to breathe, you got to pay to think, you got to pay to anything. Like that shit is crazy. That shit is insane. And that's what it's getting to. It's literally getting to that point where they're going to make us pay for, like, they already make us pay for everything else right now. We're
Yeah.
paying for everything. You got to pay for whatever, like anything now. Everything that was free, even just storage in your phone, that shit was free. You got to pay for all that shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like they making you pay for just existing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and it's getting to the point where people can't afford to just exist.
It's getting tough, especially if you're a person that likes to do what we do. It's content creation. We need lots of memory and lots of space and lots of processing power and all those things. But if you're just like our average regular average Joe, you don't need any of that shit, you know? But
But no, I agree. I do believe that humans should definitely invest in um portable memory somehow, because everything is going to be in a cloud. When the fucking cloud get rained out and there's no more cloud, you lose everything. So I believe people should definitely have their own, and you should be investing in it now. Like if I had the money right now, I would definitely be buying NAS systems, more terabytes, all of that. Because guess what? I was on set the other day, and we looked at memory, and we showed what we paid a year ago for memory, and compared to now. memory has gone up. Just let's say 1 terabyte, it's gone up damn near $250
Hmm.
just for 1 terabyte. You used to be able to go get a terabyte for $100, all the way up to maybe 130, some shit like that. Now that shit is through the fucking roof. A CFX, a CF, that's what's called CFX memory card that you
DF
put in
Express.
your CFX Express. That shit done tripled almost. It's in a year's time, and they trying to say it's tariffs. It ain't no fucking tariffs. They
Yeah.
know exactly what they're doing.
So
These data centers and all these other places buying up. Boom. How much is that compared
that
to what you pay
I
for it?
have two of them.
I can't see the price.
Okay, so I have two of these. The 20 terabyte, which I bought two of, they were $200 when I bought them. They're
Mm-hmm.
now $587.
500 fucking dollars. It don't went up 300 something dollars. And how long
Yeah.
ago was that you paid for that? Maybe like a year or two ago.
Oh no. Back when I start, right when I started my YouTube channel,
Okay, so
maybe
6 years
5
ago.
years ago.
Even then, how does it go up that much? It's the same fucking shit. They didn't put nothing new technology in it. They didn't do anything different. It's the same piece of equipment,
True
but it's
story.
going up 300, almost 300, almost $400. That's
Mhm.
insane. But that shows you that because of all of these data centers, all this other shit, they buying up all of the memory, all these different things, and that's what's driving the prices up. It ain't no fucking tariffs, y'all. Don't let these people lie to y'all. It's not no tariffs. Okay, it's all of the other things that's behind the scenes that they don't speak about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if you're gonna like, you have to invest in memory. Period. Period.
Unfortunately,
You can't even put a physical memory card in your phone nowadays.
nope, they got you locked out.
But there's ways to do it, people. You can get little dongles like this and
Hmm.
put your stuff on. Uh, Plug this up to your phone and put your little memory card in there, and now you could transfer. Boom. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's so many different ways of doing it, but of course, people just want the it's
They don't
instantaneous
think
thing. Like,
about
all
it.
right,
And I
yeah.
mean, who's gonna fucking carry their phone with a dongle attached to it? Nobody, probably.
I
I
mean,
don't.
not attached to it, but for me, I'm a person that I carry a bag everywhere I go for the most part. So
Yeah.
I always got something in my bag where I'm like, okay, damn, I forgot this. I should have had this in this bag or whatever the case may be. But I have something where I could do something. You know what I mean? And especially if you're a content creator, you better invest in physical memory,
Yeah.
memory cards or memory external hard drives or NAS systems or whatever. Like I seen another NAS system that came out the other day, which is fucking dope as shit. It's like $1,300, but it's like super dope. Oh my god, it got everything, and it's portable and all of that stuff. It's like probably that big, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Touch screen, everything. Like I seen an ad for it the other day, and I went and researched it, and I was like, damn, if I had the money, I would buy it, and I
Yeah.
would buy another NAS system, and I would buy different things to see which one is best. But yeah, man, if y'all don't think it's going up, it's not coming down. It's not gonna come down.
It may come down. I
You
mean, but
think?
well, the problem is, I don't want to get into politics, but
Shit, we already been there.
okay, but everybody blames all of everything on our current administration
Hmm.
when these things were already in on the way up. A
Right.
lot of this shit was already on the way up. And yes, did he did he try to what he's trying to accomplish is create more jobs, more stability in the United States by bringing and making chip factories here so we don't have to rely on our neighbors across the pond, or as it were, or on the other
Who's
side of the world.
dominating?
Yeah, who they have dominated the market, you know. And there's so many things that is going on right now that I think about that it's very controversial. And if you say a lot of these things or talk about these things, you'll get basically canceled or whatever. You get raked over the coals, whatever. But there's a reason for all this petroleum shit that's going on. You know, you need it. You need it here in America. And he's basically shut down the trade route for the major number one major supplier in the world. So now there's countries coming and calling on us because we have the second largest oil reserves in the world. So we are now doling out our oil. We've become an exporter of oil. And if we were allowed to drill here, we have it. It's there. It's under the ground. It's ready to be extracted from the ground, and that shit replenishes itself. We're not going to fucking run out of oil. Okay. Again, I'm no scientist. I'm no fucking, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I do not believe that we're going to run out of oil. The shit,
Yeah, not crude oil. Yeah, crude oil isn't. Yeah.
yeah. And we use it in everything,
Hmm.
everything. Food, fucking our clothes, all of our appliances, everything has plastic and oil, and it's all the same shit. So it's so funny when these kids were out here protesting, talking about stop oil. Bitch, put your phone down, take your shoes off, take your fucking pants off, take your glasses off, put the Starbucks cup
Facts.
down. Everything that you touch, other than
Is
your
made by
penis,
oil or
is
made
you
through oil with it.
exactly is made from some derivative of oil. It's in everything that we touch. So
Facts.
it's like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nobody protesting about stop oil. Okay. Fuck off. But,
Yeah.
you know, I believe that when we set up, and it's going to take years, it's not going to happen overnight, but I think it's going to take a long time, longer than he has in office. So I truly hope that the next president that we do have has a half a
Continues.
fucking brain and picks up where he left off.
Yeah.
Because number one, cut wasteful spending. They started working on that, and people got up their fucking asses about it. What are you even talking about? You pay taxes, right? Oh, you pay taxes, but you don't care where your taxes go? Like, I have a real fucking problem with some of the shit that I read that they were canceling on fucking, through the NSAID. And when it's USAID. It's not US aid. That's not what it's called. It's an acronym. It means a thing, but it's not set up so that we can aid the rest of the world. But that's when certain people talk about it, that's the way they describe it. USAID.
Mm,
No, it's
mm.
not. It's USAID. It's not USAID.
I didn't
Um,
know that.
yeah, I'd have to pull it up to find out what the actual acronym means, and I will do that. But hold on. What does USAID stand for? U.S. Agency for International Development.
Okay.
Okay. It says it was established in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy. It is the primary independent federal agency responsible for administering civilian foreign aid, disaster relief, and international development assistance on behalf of the U.S. government. But it's not like we're not here to sit here and fucking aid everybody and create Sesame Street in fucking Pakistan. Like, what the fuck are we doing? No, no. There's
More
a
like an emergency pack. Like if
it's
shit hits the fan, we could come to you. We could come
yeah
and help.
yeah. It's basically like what's that shit we have FEMA that's here?
Right. But it just internationally.
Yeah, but FEMA sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
because let's talk about how is North Carolina? Anybody? Get in the
Mm,
comments. Let me
mm,
know how they're doing.
mm,
Anyone live in North Carolina? Anybody
mm-hmm.
here that do they have places to live? Do they have, do they have food? I mean, like what's happening with those people? Did they just move out and give up their land? Because I'm pretty sure I haven't heard anything about it. The news cycle is so fucking fast.
Shit, Hawaii.
Oh, that was my next thing. The last thing I heard about Hawaii was the governor was talking about, well, we're going to see what we can do about procuring that land, and they want to put a fucking monument there. No one gives a shit. They want their
Nobody.
land back.
Exactly.
They want
Those
their
that's
homes.
generations of homes.
Right.
And the homes over there cost insane amount of money. The land, everything over there in Hawaii. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah.
A
But
gallon
yet
of milk is like 20 bucks over there, 25
exactly.
bucks.
But yet and still we're sending billions. I don't know what the last number was. I'd have to Google that as well, but I'm tired of picking up my phone. But I don't know exact number, but it's in the hundreds of billions of dollars that we have already sent to like Ukraine for this war. And like, come on, brother. Like, what are we even doing? That's like, you got to stop. You can't, if you really want to create peace, you cannot fund and you can't pick a side and go out there and go, rah, 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 here's some money, go fight. No, you can't do that. Let them fucking work their own shit out. Now, if it starts to get
Facts.
escalate and gets to the point where you think, okay, now we got to step in on both of these motherfuckers because they're getting out of control. And one of these two or both are going to, we can't have them turning their sights on us,
That's why
because,
they call American bullies because nobody could come over here and regulate us, but we could go over and regulate other countries.
well, yeah, we're like the world police, that movie.
Yeah,
It was a joke and it
right
was
about
all
that.
puppets and shit, but we are the world police. But that's what people asked for. We have what no one else has. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom to the right to bear arms. We've got all these rights. A lot of other countries don't have a lot of these rights. They have things that are facsimiles or close to it. Like, did you know that Canada does not have freedom of speech?
Yeah, I heard. I
Yeah,
heard.
they don't have that.
Shit. In Trinidad, you get locked up for cursing on the stage, shit like that. It's a bunch of places where like they don't play certain things. Shit, just
Exactly.
in Singapore. Yo, Singapore is so fucking clean. You spit on the ground, you're going to jail. You can't eat and walk. You can't fucking drink and walk. You can't eat on the train. You can't chew gum. You can't do none of that shit.
Mhm.
Going up the escalator, if you ain't going up the right way in the wrong, yeah, it's going to jail. Like it's
Yep.
if you get caught stealing, they put you on TV and they damn near torture you on TV so everybody can see.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
listen,
that's
this
what
is
I'm
from people
saying.
telling me that went there that because I was supposed to go to Singapore for work, and they was like, yo, when we got there, they had somebody on TV. They was whipping them on TV
Damn.
to show you like this person stole, and we're gonna show you what happened to people that steal here.
They make examples. Yeah. I mean,
Make examples.
that's communism. That's what there's a lot of people here in America that think that's great and that's what we want. We want socialist government, we want communism, that we want all that shit. Give it to me, give it to me. Tell me what to do, daddy. I'm sorry. Fuck you. I don't want that. I like the way it is. Could it be
I
better?
like a little bit of some of certain things, like how the cleanliness, what I was just talking about. Like
No.
I trust me. Bring
There's
a
a
little bit
better
of
way
that.
to do it. There's a better way to do it other than communism, dog. I'm just telling you, there's a better way to do it.
I'm sure it is. I'm just saying, just
You
bring,
give people a
when it comes
little,
to cleanliness.
you give people ownership of that thing and they're going to take care of it. Like that's, in my opinion, that's the way to do it. But I mean, you really want to clean this place up? Stop sending money to other countries and fucking take that money and clean our shit up. Build everybody's home. They could have easily, somebody I was watching an interview and they estimated how much it would cost to rebuild all the homes that were lost in Hawaii. $6 billion. And there was a story that I read that our government accidentally sent $6 billion to Ukraine one time. It was like, oh shit, we sent $6 billion on accident, and then they went, oh well,
Yeah.
we were gonna end up sending it anyways, so just keep it. And there's no receipts. Nobody knows where the money's going, who got
No,
it,
of course
how
not.
it how it was dispersed. Motherfucker, if I'm giving you billions of dollars, I better have a breakdown of every goddamn dime you spend.
But this is my thing. It's all invisible money. So
Oh yeah,
you could just make up shit and say, I'm gonna send you this, and there's nothing
yeah.
physical. There's
Nope.
no physical dollars that you sending these people. So you could just fucking make up a number and just send it to them.
Might as well
Like,
be
am I thinking the
Bitcoin.
wrong way?
No, you're right. We print money here in America, which is why the value of the dollar goes down. That's why everything gets more expensive. That's why minimum wage had to go to $15 or whatever the fuck it is, $12 an hour.
Right,
That's
right.
why that happened is because the fucking value of the dollar is dropping, bro. We're not backed by gold. It's fiat money. It's based on thoughts and dreams, hopes and dreams. That's what it's
I
based
don't know. I keep up with gold every day. Like I can't wait to buy my first piece of gold. Gold
on.
is
No, yeah,
up.
you need to.
Gold is up. Even
Yeah.
listen, I would buy silver right now even as well because even 20 years ago, silver was at $7 an ounce. Now it's at like 100 and it was at 90 something last night, I think.
Yeah.
Around ish because it goes
I
up and
think
down, up and down, of course.
I think
But
it's
the
good.
highest it went to like 120 something.
Yeah, because when it happens, I'm not hoping. I really hope that it doesn't ever happen. But when it does happen that we have either a
That's all we'll
solar
have.
flare or somebody shoots a missile up our ass and we lose our entire grid, none of this shit's going to be around. You're not going to see
No,
nothing on YouTube. You're not going to see, there's not going to be any paper money. It isn't going to mean a fucking thing. The only thing you're going to have is what's
precious,
important.
precious
It's either
metals,
precious metals like fucking gold, or it could
food.
just be food. It could be bullets. It could be a gun. It could be the thing
Yep,
that people need the most. Cameras, microphones, your cell phone won't be a fucking
obsolete.
it'll be worth nothing. Not a thing.
Now, I would tell people to try to document it still, just in case, because we never know what happens. But
Yeah,
that doesn't
paper or
mean
pencil will
anything.
become
Yeah,
very expensive.
yeah. And that's when it goes back to what people could definitely get pass on more lives than anything.
Yeah,
Because you could just write anything down like, "Yep, the world ended because a frog jumped on the lap of a man and he crashed into a car and then it hit
right.
the nation's capital and the nation capital had the button and then the button just blew up everything." You know what I'm saying? You can say anything.
Which is the problem I have with the Bible, because it was written by dudes that lived in the fucking desert how many years ago? Like what? What are you saying? How do we know
You
that's
know?
true? How do we know that's
Mm-hmm.
true? Well, it's in the Bible. It's got to be fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you sure are putting a lot of faith. Well, that's what it's about, Jim. It's about faith.
Those are stories. Those are stories, man. And if you could live by stories, or you could
Yeah.
take those stories and use them as help in life and help you to guide through things like, oh, well, Job went through this. Okay, well, you know what? Job went through that. I wonder what.
Yeah, you use it
I
as a
don't,
scaffolding for your life. You'd use
yeah.
it, like
Hmm.
it's a outline for a good way to live. Like I believe that, and I like that portion of it. But if you want me to believe about some dude that walked on the water and turned shit into like water into wine and rose from the dead and all that stuff, like brother, my belief isn't enough. Okay, like I need to see some evidence. And I know a lot of religious people. I know a lot of religious people, and I know a lot of people would hate me saying that. But the real good religious people would understand why I said that, and they would not be
I'm not
mad.
religious and I understand it
Yeah,
because it's
but
like I still would believe in miracles at the same time. Trust me,
I
I've
mean, that's
seen.
cool, man. But that's the thing. Whatever you define as a miracle, that's what a miracle is to you. I don't believe in miracles. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe that God has a plan. I don't believe in any of that shit. I'm not an atheist, okay? I believe that there is some sort of higher entity, consciousness somewhere, somehow out there. Do I believe that they're watching everything we do, all 9.8 billion of us? No, I don't believe that at all. I believe that they are not watching us, that they put us here, that they possibly forgot about us.
I don't think it's a physical. I never thought it was a physical person. I never thought it was. That's why I say I believe in miracles. Like for everything, even evolution, I believe is a miracle. Like all of those things. Of course, we say it's scientific and all of that, but like to see, just even, and we talked about this before. Me sitting here talking and these thoughts just pop in my head. It's so much shit happening in our fucking brains that we have no control of. That's a miracle to me. To see that we could just do this with nothing, to see that a person could literally be blind and go touch a vehicle that they never saw in a day in their life, and they could literally just touch this vehicle and they could say, "Hey, this is what this is." That's miracle. Those are miracles to me. Like to see that somebody that's been born blind and I mean that's blind and they can sit here and play a piano and entertain everybody and like that shit that's a miracle to me.
I
You know
love
what
your
I'm saying?
I love your brain and I love your heart, bro. I do. I really do. I wish I had some of that on me, but I don't. I don't believe in any of that shit. I believe it's all learned behaviors. I believe it's all chance. Shit just happens. If you do one thing, another thing may happen. You know, if there's a
That too. Yeah, of
there's a
course. There's a chain
there's a
reaction.
if I step on a shovel, it's gonna fly up and hit me in the nutsack. You know what I mean? Like I got a hammer, I could either build a house or I could crack myself in the balls. I mean, things happen. We make things happen. We make things happen for for that reason that we do that thing. And that's the only reason that it happens, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know I'm not. It's not shared by a lot of people, and there also are a lot of people that believe the same thing. I think, but I believe that there is a consciousness I didn't say physical. I don't believe that there's a gray-haired man with fucking
Right.
big old beard and sandals in a
Yeah, I didn't think
bathrobe
you did
in the
that. I didn't think you think
clouds
that.
watching us every second of the day. I don't. Otherwise, I'd
Right.
never masturbate. Um,
Oh,
and I do that like daily. Fucking maintenance. You
where the
got
fuck
to.
did we just go?
Well, we went to Dicktown. Um, welcome to Dicktown. But yeah, I believe that there is a consciousness, and I think it is the universe. I think
And I,
God.
I think it's all of it. I
I
think
think
all of
God
it.
is the universe. It's ever changing, ever evolving, and it things are created from the universe. Our bodies are made of stardust. I mean, we are literally part of the universe. We're it's
I agree.
I believe we're like a symbiotic unit with everything in the universe. And whether we choose to believe it or not, whether we choose to fight each other or not, everybody with skin, doesn't matter what color, everyone with organs on the inside, everyone with a brain, everyone with a mouth that runs their shit, and people on the other side of the world that want to fucking kill me because I'm an infidel, people over here that want to jail me because I spit on the ground, whoever, we're all connected in this life, and we are flying at millions of miles an hour through this cosmos, and it just so happened on a fucking ball of mud, okay? And it just so happens that everything lined up perfectly. Our moon is perfectly placed just far enough away for us to have this atmosphere. The sun is perfectly placed just far enough away for us not to burn up or to freeze to death. I mean, so there's in that alone, I believe that there's a conscious being that kind of orchestrated all of that to happen. I don't believe it just chance. That is not like, I don't think that's just chance that it happened.
You
Maybe
know,
it
we're
is.
saying the same thing, right?
Maybe we are. Maybe
We
I'm
are.
maybe.
You're just not saying the words. You're not saying miracle and all that, but we chance and all of that. That's just the same thing. It's just by chance and all that. It's
Okay,
kind of the same thing.
it may be, but the symbolism is different for people. People
Right,
that
right,
believe
right,
in
right.
miracles are the same people that go, "Let Jesus take the wheel." I'm not ever
Oh
going to.
no, 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 no. I believe you have to still put forth the effort and still
Yeah.
do what you need to do. I don't think God, the entity of God, or whatever the case, the universe. I don't believe that. Even if you pray into the universe, I don't think that the universe would give you anything if you're
No.
not giving back to the universe.
No.
You get what I'm saying? There's a give and take. There's that magnetism back and forth. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people are more in tuned with life than others, and some people just fucking just go through life and they just don't know what's going on and they just lollygag and then there's people that's just steadfast and and like they know exactly what's going on. They know they see what's going on and they like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that because I
Right.
see what's going on.
Mhm.
So I think we're saying the same thing just in different words. You get what I
Maybe,
mean? 'Cause,
maybe,
you
but
know,
the idea behind it is different for me, I guess. I don't know. I believe we make our own fate. If you want to believe in fate, I believe we make our own. And letting Jesus take the wheel is dangerous because they didn't even have cars back then, so he does not know how to drive.
hey, it's spiritual will.
I've never
But I
let.
do believe that there are times where fate comes in the hand. Like you just like and shit happened to me recently. I'm just like, damn, whoa. I would never like I was put at this certain time in place for this exact thing to happen because I wasn't necessarily supposed to be here because I didn't plan on being here or any of that thing. Like it was just like, okay, spirit talked to me and it said go this way. Like it's many times that happened to me where my spirit just talked to me, is like go that way. And I don't think that's just me. I think that's ancestors. I think that's the universe. I think that's all of that. Like, there's even that's why I even say I believe in miracles because I've physically seen spirits. I physically have been frozen in time and spirit. I think I've told you about that story on here before. I've been frozen in time and all of that by actual beings. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not
I don't know if we
of
had that
of the
conversation.
world. Yeah, bro. Okay. Give
I
you
may
one
have
time
to go
because
back and watch because
this
I don't
happened to me
remember that.
twice.
Okay.
When I was younger and I was 16 or 17. No, 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 no. I was 17, either going on 18 or 17 at a period. But ex-girlfriend came, she's living in the house. I had a bunk bed, and the way my how can I explain it? Let's say the bunk bed was behind me, right? Where I am right here is the window. So bunk bed is facing long ways this way. There's a door here. There's my TV and all that shit on the wall. Window right here, another wall, right? I'm laying on the side of the wall, and I turn and my back was turned towards the window, which is this way. I roll over. The girl is laying next to me. I roll over. And when I roll over, there's a man walking past my window. There's no fucking balcony. There's no ledge. There's nothing. There's not even a roof. There's no covering. There's nothing for you to fucking walk on. We're on the second floor. He walks past the window, stops. He looks at me, mouth pour open. Like, I'm talking about, this is like some Resident Evil type shit, right?
Hmm.
Looks at me. I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. At least that's what I thought I was doing. She tells me I'm literally like, "Mm, mm," but I'm not screaming. But I'm thinking I'm screaming. I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. But by the time he walks past, because he stops, I'm screaming, 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 and then she starts trying to shake me out of it, and he walks past the window. By the time he walked past the window, I shake out of it. I said, "You ain't see that man in the window?" She said, "What man you talking? What are you talking about? I ain't see no man in no window." Second time this happened to me. I'm at my aunt's house. My brother wound up seeing something that night too. We in the room, and my cousins had twin size beds like this, but they had beds underneath where they could just like slide out. So like when they have company, so we on the little slide out beds on the floor. I wake up in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, I look toward the door. There's a witch with an eagle head in the door like this, looking in the door with an eagle head. Same thing happened. That's the first time it happened to me. Paralysis. Boom. I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. Nothing is coming out. I could call next time I have my cousins on this line. I don't know where the girl at, but I wish if I knew who she was, she could tell you the story. But my cousins could tell you. They're shaking me out of this. Like, what is wrong with you?
Did
Like,
anyone
you
else
good?
see
Like,
this?
no, listen, only person that, so I've seen that, telling them what happened, right? Later on that night, I'm sorry, the next morning is when I told him about it because my cousin tried to shake me out of the night before, but I told everybody the next morning. My little brother said, "Oh my God, I seen a man when I was going to the bathroom," and he said I peed on myself because when I was going to the bathroom, there was a man with a Dick Tracy, because that's what we knew him back then, with a Dick Tracy hat. Because that's that he said he's a Dick Tracy hat. He was leaning like this on the sink, and he was looking down. And then when he looked up, his eyes and face and shit just started glowing up. In the same apartment, the same night this shit happened.
Hmm.
So when it comes to miracles and spirits and shit like that, I believe in all of that because I done been visited by these things. You know what I'm saying? So, and it put me in a state where I could not even control my own physical body. It took
Yeah.
me over, bro.
I believe in, so I have a theory, and it's just a theory, doesn't mean anything. But I believe that there are interdimensional beings that sometimes they cross through the veil, and sometimes there are people on this side that are sensitive enough to see them. I don't think we're meant to see them, and not always do they see us, but I think we're existing in the same place, but just in a parallel universe. And
Absolutely.
that's what I think ghosts, and that's what I think all these things that people have been seeing for years and years, demons, werewolves, whatever. All these things that people like, I'm dead ass serious. Like I think that there are other beings in this world. And
Absolutely.
I mean, it's already like, according to the internet, that there's like 70 something fucking species of aliens that they know of and they have documented. Um, the
I
last
believe it.
podcast I did with my daughter, we pulled, because they released a bunch of videos, the government did, about aliens and crafts and all this stuff. So we pulled up the website, the .gov website, and we started flipping through these videos. and they were shit videos. Okay, they were targeting systems. They were black and white. They looked black and white, and or they
The
were
ones that just the release.
yes, and they,
Okay.
they they were like thermal and shit like that. You can Google it and you can go to the website and find it and look at
Hmm.
it. Um, but yeah, and I was like, this is bullshit. I'm just I don't buy it. But we looked up like some of the top like three um like supposed aliens. There's like uh mantis, like bug type. They're called like mantoids, and then you've got like the lizard people. Uh, Hillary Clinton. Um, and then you've got they call them the Nordics, and then there's tall whites. Of course, they're the grays. And these are just some of the things, the people that the aliens that they say that have lived among us for who knows how long. They've
We're
always
alienistic,
they've
man.
always been here, and they're just now deciding. But every time they disclose stuff like this, I'm like, what are you trying to cover up? What do you want us to
Right,
turn our attention away from? You
right,
know,
right.
that's what I think. I could be wrong. Maybe they're just really trying to be transparent and open, but they haven't in 250 years. So why would they start now? You know?
I just believe this. This is just from what I believe, right? When you look at animals and you see how many different species and different animals and all that, you can't tell me that there's nothing else out there. Just animals alone amaze me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a dog, a dog could be born dumb, deaf, and blind. But by the time you sit around him for a few minutes, I mean not 3 minutes, a few months, they know your patterns. They know how you speak. They know when you angry. They know you all of those different things. You know what I'm saying? As annoying as this damn puppy is, she knows everything a fuck about me, damn near. Like you know what I'm saying? The bitch know when I wake up, every damn thing. They know your patterns, all of that. So you can't like. So for me, I believe that there are. I don't know about all of the terms and so many different beings of that they claim is out there, but I do believe there are beings out there with that we live amongst for sure because it just cannot not be. The world is just so vast and parts of the world we never even fucking even explored. And again, what you were saying, shit that they keep away from us. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that there are different beings out there. I don't know what they are, but many of people I've worked with, I'm like, motherfucker, you got to be alien. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you're human.
It's
You know what
possible.
I'm saying?
You never
You
know,
mix with
apparently,
a little bit
according
of
to the
something.
Men in Black.
Come on now. They even got wolf dogs out here. Come on now. They got
I just
alien humans.
I've always said that I think that we are the aliens. Like, and I don't mean that in any other way that like
I agree.
look at our biology.
Yep.
Look at how the human biology works on this planet.
Yep.
Okay. Um, I don't think we were meant for this planet. I don't think we were supposed to live here. Like, I think we were altered and dropped off here and we were meant to mine things. And, I think that, and this is also a conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, just another crazy nut job theory. But like, and this is something I heard and I gave it a lot of thought and I started really putting putting it in the bank there, but it's just like, when you look at like how we emerged as human beings, like bro, really? Like we were just humans. Like one day we were apes. Now we went to this thing and then we went to this thing. And then I get that they say that it was an evolution, but I'm like, how do we know that it wasn't an alien race that came down and saw these primates running around? They're like, those guys have hands and feet. They could be useful. If we just took some of our DNA and mixed it with their DNA and created some kind of hybrid us and them, and then
Okay.
and then we can get them to do things for us. There's a lot of gold on this planet. We all know we need gold back on our planet to reflect the sun so that we to protect us from the harmful radiation and all these things of space, which is a theory. That's the
Yeah, I
Anunnaki.
never heard this theory. This is
Yeah,
dope. I
that's
never heard
that's
this.
that's the Anunnaki theory.
Y'all were talking about that a lot on y'all podcast.
Yes, we were.
I was in and out. I was in and out. I can't
Yes, we
watch the
were.
whole thing. Yeah, y'all were talking about Anunnaki. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Anunnaki, so it's said that they came down and seeded their genes and DNA into primates that were here on this earth
Hmm.
already, and then they basically created different versions of humans until they got a suitable human that could think on its own. And we were created to mine gold. And what are we so obsessed with?
Fucking precious
Fucking
metals.
gold. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
gold. Yeah.
why are we so obsessed with a metal that you cannot use to create a weapon with? You can't do
Yeah.
fucking anything with it. Okay.
Just make jewelry and shit.
It's super malleable. It's super soft. It's like the softest metal. But why? Just because it's pretty? Is it like, why is it so,
Gold
rare?
last night was at 47, no, $4,700 for an ounce of gold last night. That's what it was at.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Why is it so
Insane.
sought after? It's because it's in our DNA to find gold and hang on to it for our creators. Now, again, that's a very taboo subject, especially to those that are very religious.
Different theory, man. I
But it
didn't
is
think
just a
about it.
theory. It's just something I
Theory.
heard, and I said, that could be true, because no
Yeah,
one really knows how old human civilization actually is. They keep
that's
finding
what it is.
things when they keep finding things that denote that there was a civilization. I'm not just talking about humans, but an actual civilization, like buildings and art, architecture and things of that nature.
The
And it's
pyramids,
from
shit.
a time period when we're supposed to be hunters and gatherers and throwing
Hmm.
sticks and rocks, but yet that there's all this structures.
Well, everything. I think everything was made by mistake. Everything was. Remember, we was talking about the medicine. One thing led
Oh
to
yeah.
another to another. So let's say you were trying to figure out how to make rope. You were like, okay, I need something to tie this up somehow. Now I made rope, and then as I was making this rope, some goo came out of this plant, and then the plant I went like this and it's sticky. You're like, oh, I could use this to stick something on the wall. I could use. That's how I believe evolution is. Like every time you make something they find out something else. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, this may not work because I even watch like inventions and shit, and they're like, oh no, we intended for this to be a wheel, but it turned out to be the stern wheel. Like it turned out to be a vehicle or whatever it turned out to be. It wasn't intended for that originally, but
I mean,
we,
maybe it was. Who knows?
you get
But
what I'm saying? Well,
yeah,
some things, of course, are, but I'm just saying
yeah.
I believe that a lot of the things that we've made over time, like especially when you hear about a lot of stuff like perm or whatever, like you hear so many different things. Like they're making peanut butter or they're making Coke. Fucking Coke, Coca-Cola had
Yeah.
Coke in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Still does.
you know. Let's see, I don't drink it, so I don't even know.
No, it still
But
does. They still use the
yeah.
coca plant,
Okay, well, yeah, yeah. So,
but it
but
used
it
to
was
have
like
straight
the
cocaine in it.
process. Yeah, the process cocaine in there.
I
Yeah.
think, and this is a theory, that there's a guy, and we talked about this on that podcast too. I don't know if you caught this part, but there's a guy named Graham Hancock, and you should all go look him up and read his books. Well, most of them, but he did write some fiction. But he's a journalist and he writes things that he's researched this for a long, long time. And there's a lot of archaeologists want to disprove him or discount him and give him make him look like a fool. But it's all just his theories based on his research, that he's independently researched things. He doesn't have funding and backing from, schools and governments and things of that nature. He finds money himself and he makes his own, he writes books, he puts them out, people buy them, and then he funds his own excursions. And it's usually just him and his wife.
Yeah.
She's a photographer and she goes and he researches and she, documents it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they've been all over the world. They've been to all these like ancient ruins and stuff, but he believes that we are a civilization with amnesia. And what he means by that is
Ooh.
there have been countless civilizations that have either ended due to a natural disaster
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
or some kind of cataclysm that we brought about.
Yep.
But every time it happens, it's either completely destroyed or it's been buried and in just taken like right now in the rainforests of I don't know if it's Peru. It's somewhere, but they're like where Gobekli Tepe, they just found that. I think that's in Peru, but they did a LiDAR sweep in a helicopter. Okay. LiDAR, it allows you to see
Multiple
beneath.
layers.
Okay. So in this rainforest, there's a thick canopy, but they're finding whole cities and structures. Okay. And they can't go out and uproot these things, and but you can see definite shapes and pyramids and pathways and roadways that connect these cities, and it's huge, it's vast. And they believe that a lot of these things, that was part of a civilization. And what happened, who
Yeah,
knows? It could be a plague, it could be anything, and any number of things that happened, and people just died off, and the world will take it over.
I agree.
Gobekli Tepe is a real strange one. It's an odd one because it was intentionally covered. It was intentionally buried. So that in itself, and they're dating things around Göbekli Tepe that are 10,000 years plus, when they believe that our civilization, the cradle of life in Africa, was what, 5,000 years ago. So they're like, this is 5,000 more years older, and there's actual structures and stuff. So you have to have some kind of intelligent. It's you're not going to be someone who's out a hunter and gatherer and throwing rocks and sticks at animals to hunt them. Is not going to make a structure like this. It's not
Right,
going to
right.
happen. Okay, but dude, I will go off on this. I've read a lot of books and audiobooks and watched so many documentaries on this shit, and I know a lot of things that could or may not be real.
But I think that's what the planets are. I believe that we're the last planet that has civilization on it. I believe every other planet that's out there in the universe that they claim is out there, they had civilization on it, and it came to an end, and that was it. And I believe that's what's gonna happen here. The Earth is not going anywhere. Humanity is,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have the small few of organisms or whatever case may be that'll still be here, and they'll still be thriving and all of that stuff. A lot of bacteria, whatever the case may be, all of that stuff. Maybe even a roach or two.
Yeah.
Maybe an alligator, because they're the only things that seem like they live forever. You know what I mean? And a rhino. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But for the most part, I really believe that all these other planets did have not humans, but they had life forms on it for sure. And they were the last. I mean, we're the last life form to still be out in the universe.
Well,
And
we're gonna find
whatever's
out.
out there.
We're gonna
You
find
think
out.
you think they're gonna tell us all that shit? I don't think they're gonna tell us. I think
I
whatever they're
think
gonna give
it's.
us is bullshit. It's gonna be
I
a bunch of
think.
fluff.
I think that it's immoral to keep something like that from the human public, the world, not just Americans, but the entire world should know. Okay, I mean,
I agree, but then also there's I don't think I also disagree because there's people that are gonna be the scaremonger. What do you want to call it? What's it called? Like they can
fear
be
mongers.
fear mongers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna be, oh my God, there's actually
Well,
people here
those
that
people already exist, and we have free speech in the United States, so they can do all the fear mongering that they want. A bunch of those people are in our government. Okay, a lot of them in our government that hold the highest powers are fear mongers.
but
I
it
mean,
goes
look what
past
they
our
did with
government at that
COVID,
point.
bro. They fucking scared the shit out of everybody, so much so that people were literally ratting out their neighbors
Yeah.
for having more than one car there. Ooh, they're having a party. They're not allowed to. Those people aren't in their bubble. Like, fuck off. This is not the Gestapo, dog. You don't. This is
Hmm.
not Nazi Germany. You don't get to do that.
Hmm.
That's what it turned. It almost turned into that though, and they
Yeah,
were so. Our government was so happy. I believe they were so happy.
it was an experiment. That was an experiment to see if it would work.
Yeah, it was an experiment in control to see how far they
Yeah,
could control us,
if it
and
could
they
work,
got
and
a
it showed.
lot.
Yep,
We gave them
it
a
sure
lot.
did. We gave them a whole lot to see. They just wanted to see how far because I seen the other day where they was talking about like it went from I don't know exactly everything, but like Ebola, swine flu, fucking SARS, COVID. Now it's the new whatever H. What's it start with an H? I can't remember the fuck it's called
Oh,
right
don't
now.
say that hantavirus bullshit. That's
That
such a.
shit,
That's a
that
hoax.
bullshit. I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying that's what they're saying. Like all of these things, and then they was trying to put it with 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G, and all the bullshit as
Yeah,
well.
there's
Which
people that think,
it could be that as well. I'm not taking that away. It could be that as well, but I don't
yeah.
know. I'm all of this conspiracy theory because we don't fucking really know. So to me, if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm like, I don't know. But then at the same time, a lot of it's like, hey, it could be that. It
Well,
could be.
one thing about conspiracy theories is they're only theories until until the truth comes out, and then they're conspiracy fact. So suck
We'll
that, government.
get too many conspiracy facts.
Yeah. I don't have any fucking facts. I'm full of shit. But so YouTube, please don't take down our little chit chat here. We're just full
This
of
is
shit.
oddly facts, y'all. This is oddly facts.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know for sure. This is all conspiracy theory. We don't know. We're humans just like the rest of these people, and
Oddly
we
and
only see.
hardly. I'm wearing an anime shirt that says Bonkai. Okay. Oh,
I got a Batman shirt on right
yeah.
now
Like fucking really, bro.
with
Like,
a Pirelli hat. Is this Pirelli? I can't even see. What the fuck is it? Is it Pirelli?
yeah,
No.
it
Yeah,
is.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
Pirelli.
shit be blurry. Yeah, it's
But yeah,
blurry.
so
I ain't want to take my hat
anyways,
off.
we
I ain't
don't
comb my
know.
hair.
Neither one of us know what the fuck we're talking about. If you took anything we said to
These are
heart,
beliefs and conspiracy theories, not facts.
if you're coming here for facts, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, that's fact. And
But I
listen,
love
if
you,
y'all
and thanks for watching.
right, and if y'all got anything that y'all think, just put in the comments, man.
Oh my
Like put it
God,
or or
please
or or clip it up. Clip this up, y'all. Clip this up.
stitch it.
Send it to other people. All of that stuff, and see what other people think. Because
Yeah, I want to
you
see
know,
stitches of
I
our
want to hear
shit.
it.
I want
Facts.
somebody to use it and on a TikTok stitch and go, "These fucking guys are idiots," and I
You're
know
right.
you're fucking right.
Yeah,
So,
but
anyways,
join the conversation.
yeah, yeah. But hey, man, I think we should probably wrap it here.
Yeah, yeah.
You good with that?
I want to say before we go though,
Please, yes.
shout out to Uzi and whoever
Shout
came
the
from
fuck out.
his side because that's probably our highest so far in the last few weeks when it comes to views and all of that stuff. And yeah, shout out to him for being on the pod last week, especially while doing a tattoo and all of that stuff. Um, so I
I
definitely
didn't
wanted
know
to
you
say
were gonna.
that.
I didn't know you were gonna premiere it. I just happened to be on my phone yesterday, and I looked at my phone, and I didn't get no notifications or nothing, and I just went on YouTube, and I was like, premiere,
You
and
know
it
what
was
happened?
what?
I privated it by mistake. So
Okay.
Uzi called me and said, "Hey, it says it's gonna premiere, but I can't. It's nothing happening." I'm like, "What?" So I had to go hurry up and go on my phone real quick and go to my YouTube studio. I'm like, "Oh shit, it is private. Damn." So what I
Whoops.
probably did was because remember I uploaded both podcasts back to back.
Ah.
So when I did that, when it's because I didn't because somebody told me when I upload it, a lot of times it'll say it's going to premiere a few days from now, and I don't want that people to see that's going to premiere a few days from now. You know what I'm saying? I want them to think it's just we just recorded it and put it up there type of thing. So I
Yeah.
think that's what happened. Yeah, because I
But
never done that before. So it
well,
is
when
what it
you
is.
premiere it, it's like it looks like it's live. Like it
Ah,
actually shows like I think it showed the live thing ticker on it. So that was interesting. I was
ah.
like, "Well, what is this? Wait a minute. I recorded that with him last week. What the fuck is this? You live?"
Okay, so I'll just do that now
Yeah, but
so
people
kind
were
of.
in the comments. People were literally commenting, and I was in the comments with them. I was text. They were messaging, and we were kind of talking back and forth. A couple of people. I was like, "This is
Okay.
cool. I like
Okay,
that."
so I'll do that next time then. I'll do that
Yeah,
next time where
yeah,
it's the whole premiere thing. Because usually I just set it and then I try not to do premiere because it'll show in the timeline, hey, this coming out
right,
on Thursday. And I uploaded like the week before. So I didn't want
right.
people to just be looking at it for a whole week, like, okay, you know what I mean? It kind of
Well,
takes
I
the
also
suspense
think you can
off of it.
probably change that and schedule it for the day, and so it'll say, "Hey, it's coming out this day." You
Yeah, I
know.
usually just do it with schedule, but then never see a premiere type of thing.
Ah.
But also I did it before and it showed up. I don't know. Fucking YouTube is weird sometimes,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah. I
don't
mean,
know.
but if you ever do another premiere like that, like let me know when it's gonna premiere, and I'll jump on
Yeah.
so I can get in the comments with the people, or if there's any people or whatever. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved that episode. That was really, it was good. I enjoyed it. I of course enjoyed talking to Uzi. Always love talking to you. And I haven't got any feedback about that last bit. that we talked at the end when I told his story about how the guy. So like, and the money and everything. Like, I don't know how he feels about me talking about that if he hadn't
I think
watched.
he good with it. No, he good with it.
Okay.
Long as you're not talking about anything off the wall, he good with it. Because even I
Got
had
it.
to change because I hit him up before because I put the MC name, but then I also had the wrong MC name. So he was like,
Ah,
no MC. He like no MC name at all, and that was the wrong MC. And I was like, oh, my bad. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I love it, and I'm glad that he's doing what he's doing. I love to. Before we go, this just gave me another thought, but I love to see people telling their story. I love to see people creating some art, and I have realized that I have this really bad problem in my
mm,
life. I have this problem of I want to see people succeed more than I want to see myself succeed. If
mm,
that makes any sense. I I
not a
get
problem.
I get super excited when I see my friends and people I know doing good things and actually being successful at doing them. So much so that I will pay attention to that and I'll get so excited for that. But then when I do my own thing, I don't put half the effort into it.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
that's my biggest downfall and my biggest, if this is something I want to do and something I want to be, and which I love podcasts. I love talking to people. I love introducing the world to people.
Yeah.
I do enjoy helping if I can in any small way, helping people succeed. And it's just weird to me that like I have this weird hang up in my brain that I can't do the same for myself. Because
I think you do. I just it's just you can't do it for yourself because you're the one rooting for everyone else. So you also need
Mhm.
someone to root for you. And that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. But
You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
sure, it would be nice to have people rooting for me, but I also feel awkward about asking people to do it, if that makes
No,
any
you should
sense.
ask. You have to ask. That's what I said. That's why I'm here. Shit. When I see anything pop up, yo, repost, whatever the case may be, like, whatever. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even though we do a lot of shit together, but still,
Right, right.
when it's separate, I still like, nah, like whether it's whoever. Me and Uzi don't know each other personally, but we get to know each other on a personal level. We started out business wise and all that. But guess what? I see him post something, fucking repost. I see a lot of people like there's a lot of people that I know we about to end, but people like Chanel, somebody I went to high school with, she went all the way to fucking uh Asia, because I forgot what exactly. I don't want to say the wrong part in Asia, but she went all the way to Asia to produce a Asian series. Well, it started as a
Wow.
movie, but now it's a series. She wrote a book, went all the way to Asia, got production, everything, went over there, did a whole spec, all of that stuff. One of my guys, Greg, which he go by Sydney, that's his stage name, but that man that been in movies with Adam Sandler, every fucking thing on
Wow.
Netflix right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's people that I've seen dude I used to go to school with named Robert. He's on tour with freaking with Kanye West. Like it's certain people I see that I'm just like a lot of people don't know these people necessarily because they're behind the scenes or they're not the biggest names, but those are the people that I admire because those type of things are hard to even get into. Of course, I appreciate or I salute the people that do the regular 9 to 5 jobs, of course. But the to go against the grain and go in a volatile profession like entertainment,
Oh,
bro, I gotta applaud you. I have to applaud you. With content creating, entertainment, all of that, I have to applaud you, especially if you're succeeding in it.
yeah, it's
You
a
know what I'm
tough
saying? Even if
world.
you're not even to that plateau that they want to be, but I see y'all. You get what I'm saying? And there's other people too that I can't, right off the head, I'm not popping up. But yeah, I see y'all. I see
It's a
y'all, man.
tough, that's a tough world to be in, man. It really is.
Definitely.
You gotta
We're in
have,
it.
you gotta have a specific intestinal fortitude and you've got to have a
Hmm.
will that can't break, so
Facts.
that's my
Even when
only
even when you're only
advice.
getting 20 views, you still got to keep going. Keep
100%.
going.
Yep.
You know, because you still got to follow. You still got to. Those 20 people still want to see what you're doing.
Yeah. And if you
You,
don't, then just stop. Just stop
yeah.
altogether. Just knock it
Just
off because
stop.
you don't really want it.
Yeah.
But man, I love you so much, and I hope that everything is going to go, going the way that you want it to go in your life. You know, I'm your biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan.
Fuck all those other people.
Yo, no, real shit, man. I love you too, bro. Like shit, we've been doing this for weeks now. Like
Yeah.
not weeks, months, of course, but
Mhm.
every week
I think this is
consistently.
episode what, 11 or 12?
Yeah, just on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
We're probably at a good 25 weeks of this,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's right. Because we were doing it on Instagram Live. That's
Yeah,
right.
we probably at a good 25 weeks of this.
I need
And
to
not
see
to
if I
mention,
can download those videos and send them to you so we can upload them.
there we go. We definitely need to upload those. We
They don't
definitely
look as good, but yeah,
definitely.
they
Even if
definitely
we
don't
make them
sound
in
as
the
good.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if we make them in the shorts, man, we got content. Because I still got to make shorts for. If y'all haven't seen any shorts recently, it's because I've been working on two major projects, which is Uzi's show, and then as well as I'm doing a short film as well, where I'm the videographer, editor, and kind of sort of the co-director almost. You know,
Yeah.
so you know, I haven't been able to really focus on our content as much, but as soon as I get some time, I'm gonna be knocking out hella content. You're gonna see buku,
Well,
buku.
also if I had like some of our assets and stuff, you know, I could probably do some help, but otherwise it's going to look different. If I do it, if I do the clips, it's going to look different.
It is true. It is true. But I'm gonna be uploading a lot of that stuff to fucking Dropbox too. At least for the clips. At
Uh-huh.
least for the clips. Because the only thing that you probably will have to do, because when I do the what you call it, I just crop out the top and the bottom and just
Mm,
fade it in. That's the only thing I do. Then just I already got a template already. So the template is already laid out. Drop and drag, cut out what need to cut out, and boom, edit
nice.
it. So yeah.
Nice. Well, all right, my brother. It's been a fun time chit-chatting with you. I hope we didn't piss too many people off, but then again, if we did, then maybe they'll actually get their little lazy asses into the comments and yell at us.
For sure.
All right, all right, man. I love you. I'll talk to you in a little bit or next week.
Yeah, right. Like too, bro.
All right. Oddly enough, podcast out.
Yes, yes, yes.